Gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful day. It is November 6th, 2025, and we got an interesting morning already. It already started up. Things were feeling good. Once again, you've had a lot of good earnings, but you're not getting really rewarded. And then we just had an update here on reciprocal tariffs, and they said they were going to give an update to it, and then Nancy Pelosi retired. I do not know which one affected the market more. We should have gotten data today. Think about it. You guys realize on Friday, you should have been getting the non-farms here. So we're still during that shutdown. There was updates on the flights. There was an actual order of that getting shut down by Friday. And other than that, it's a mix of earnings, positioning, and now getting ready as we wrap up this first week. And I think it was a little different than people expected. But that being said, Chatadonia, we are going to have a good day, a beautiful day, a great, it's going to be a great day. I hope someone tells you bright and early, and I hope that can set the tone, baby. So yeah, it's gonna be an amazing day. Oh, whether or not it's active or not, we might have to shot put some things too. But before we do any of that, before we chase a dollar, before we try to enrich ourselves, we must pay homage to a very special group of people that has made a sacrifice that most of us never have and ever will. And I am talking about the veterans of the United States of America. So on behalf of the people here, the people not here, I want to give a huge special shout out all the active servicemen, past servicemen, anybody who has served this country for real. And thank you for holding it down. And honestly, I want to give you a thank you every day. That is exactly what we do, but I want to get y'all moving. You know that? I don't know if you know this, but I want everybody moving. Even, if you hate me, I hope it motivates you. You love me, I hope it motivates you. But the indifference, the not moving, the I don't care, that gets you nowhere in life. You know that gets you nowhere in life. And that's why, my veterans, I want you motivated. I want y'all ready to go. You know why? Because if anybody should be owning the land, if anybody should be owning the stocks, it should be you. I think your discipline, your training, your sacrifice, your commitment, the way you've done it for the long term already, my brothers, it is yours, my friend. So God bless you, and I hope I could show you my gratefulness and thankfulness with all of this stuff. And at the very least, man, I want you to know you're loved and appreciated, and big shout outs to you as well as your family. They made that sacrifice too. So God bless all of you. And if you haven't served, man, I hope you could show this love. It's, again, value, appreciation. Am I talking about life or am I talking about stocks? There you go. And big shout out to everybody else out there giving back to their local communities. That's where the real change happens. Do you notice I've been saying that every morning for years? Doctors, nurses, teachers, firefighters, police officers, the janitors, the coaches, the garbage men, everybody making their communities run, baby. God bless you and thank you. But ladies and gentlemen, please rise up. Place your right hand over your heart. Say it with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, baby. Set the judge! Oh, it's game time, baby. Horn off. Oh, Chatadonia, Merry Chrism. I know, it's not even Thanksgiving, dog. Oh, yeah, Merry every day. Happy. Happy if you know it feels when the long term goes to the moon. Hey, hey. Okay, I'm sorry. So, yeah, I got a couple plays. Fortinet, Coherus, Elf, Pizza, ARM, and STGW. And then China. Again, we talked about it a lot, man. I hope you paid attention yesterday. That was the big deal. You know that? They're like, Josh, I can't afford $50 a month, Josh, I can't afford it. I'm just a college student. You need to help me gamble. I think gambling gonna change my life, Josh. You gotta tell me to play. And I'm like, big dog, I did 5 times already in the day. I'm telling you right now, it's China. It's all related to the IEPA and the terrorists. What more can I say? So they don't feel me. But yeah, your guys' delay has been doubled because of the complainers yesterday. So get with it and make sure you are actually watching your own platform. That'll make sure you get the most of this and not just relying on it in a non-thinking manner. And let's have a good day, baby. We only got a minute, bro. He says he'll match the whole portfolio. Bro, they need your money. The chat is 20%. What more can I say? All right, I gotta go pee, dude. We gotta hurry that up. Anytime. You got 45 seconds.
It's a call, baby. Feels like it's gonna be a good day. Satan, hold on by a crib, that's that, that's ours, why wait, be great, that's that, no way, we changed, what's the plan, that's that, on my way, that's the play, new game, that's that, can't believe they missed it on my kindness, I can't believe they forsake all the guidance, I can't believe they couldn't see the timing, Father, I think we should remind us. I'm free, no strings, no chains, that's that. One God, one king, one way, that's that. Sovereign, supreme, what you know about that? One thing before you leave, please don't come back. Never needed any Jesus. I'd rather have no fight.
Yeah, they're talking about Trump having to refund the tariffs. Awesome. So yeah, like I told you guys, that was the win-win play. I told all of you that yesterday. You didn't need to pay me $50. You needed to listen, and you need to make a move. So yeah, that's kind of the general idea there. You could pretty much hedge all of this stuff, and I'm glad we listened to it yesterday. Like I said, if you were actually listening, I think it was a pretty fair argument on both sides. But then, like, I don't know. I would just be wary if Trump actually listens to them, because then if he's like, okay, I embargo everything, I'm like, what? I ban all imports. You said I could. That's because that's pretty much what they said. He can't have the middle ground without Congress, but, you know, the president pretty much does have the authority to take more direct measures. So, very fascinating. But let's see where we're at. I need to open up the other one. You know what? We'll just chill. All right. And then watch the one, the Palantir had a partnership with one. What was it? STGW, I think. But then, yeah, but that one might get clapped kind of like Lumen and then run the other day. I think BL is halted. The offer is a lot higher. So you had a BL offer. You had a couple of different offers. Metsara got the bid raised, and then the other one, they were saying Marvel would have been the biggest one, but apparently that deal did not go through. And then watch the airlines, too. All right. Where's healthcare? Hold on, I'm gonna keep the China up. I think healthcare is moving. Yeah, UNH, XLV doing decent. You have the Dow, the only thing up, SPY barely in the red. So let's see how this plays out. Again, today's either gonna, you guys see the title, it's gonna either be 7 hours to nowhere, or I hope, you know, that challenges people to move at the end of the day. So we will say, oh, city, that's that. One God, one king. Yeah, pizza's green. The earnings were terrible. So I was not a fan of those earnings last night. But then again, I do think Earth Capital might still be involved. So yeah, healthcare is the one that sticks out. You had RL earnings and a few other. Qualcomm was good. Again, Qualcomm, people were talking about it being good. And then the fact that it was, it literally just did not move at all. Oh, and then FedEx. Oh, who's the other one? I think HD. There was FedEx HD and another play. I forgot about those. Elf on the shelf. I like Elf, dude. We talked about it last night, pretty much. I wanted to go a little lower, but, you know, this valuation is like, it's getting near Cody. And I think Elf is a much better product. HL on the high. There's NVIDIA too. That's that. Oh, and ARM. That was the other good one. Yeah, ARM just got pummeled. Literally. It just gave up like what? 3-4% right there? Literally in 2 minutes. Just right off the open. No, pizza earnings were not good at all. You know, when we bought it, we got a good deal on it, and then they just started ripping off of not like the earnings were great. So that was their first bad quarter this year, I would say. So I don't think they had the same overvaluation as like a damn Chipotle, so they didn't get hit in the same way. But yeah, it's going up. I think people just want the Earth Capital stuff. I don't know when their call is going to be, but yeah, that's moving up. And then remember, the price still exists. Yes, Remember that level I gave you guys the last time? I gave it to all of you, so you have to remember. But yeah, I wouldn't go past those if you're going to keep doing that. And then, like I said, you could, I think you could organize your plays with some of the biotech events. So if today becomes boring, I would just watch out for just straight biotech gambling. Where is it? That's that. Alright, I don't like anything yet. I like the China, even SPY. Remember, you're doing pretty good. And like I said, watch those puts. If you wanted to get the downside stuff, I would be very cautious in how you plant and then the type of move. More China names, Baidu, K-Web, all of that. Well, well, well. And then Win. Who was the other one? One God, one king. Bonds look like that. BNK-Web DLX. Baba. What's the other one? Why are some of these already fucking running? Yeah, some of the biotechs are really just going. I like it. I like the biotechs more than not right now. Until we get a better read on what's going to happen here, I think that might be your better play. Long term for dividends, I'm a fan of those, yes. But I don't know what you're referencing. Remember, that's why we got TAP. We want to start kind of building those up. What do you mean? We might have to wait. Hold on, I'm going through these. And then Baba again. Oscar, like I'm saying, healthcare started off good. I haven't looked at the equal weight yet, but I'm going to assume it's doing a little better just by the looks of it. Yeah, equal weight's actually in the green, up by a quarter here almost. So yeah, watch out for the tech effect. Again, NVIDIA had those China comments yesterday as well. Baba K-Web is doing its thing. Pack B, Altucher long idea. Quiet leader powering the future of medicine. XLE. Bowson. Oh, I don't like those. All right, man. So what's gonna happen with the K-Web in China? Those are either gonna like keep ripping in like the next like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and it's either gonna hit the fucking wall and go back, or we get an update and then it's able to hold. But it's all looking nice now. Unfortunately, you guys understand that win-win situation is changing now by 2% on the index. So be mindful. They're all kind of already moving. I mean, the short-term gambly ones are cheap, but anything with enough time to be a little decent is not. You gotta be mindful, my friends. NVIDIA for next year. Yeah, I mean, if anything, if you get any idea on like the China, remember AMD's report and all that, you know, a lot of them are not including it, but if you could get something positive on there, I mean, I think that would be actually a really good scenario for them. One can. Oh, what is that other one? SCWD. There, I forgot it, man. I keep forgetting they had a Palantir invested in them. STGW. That was the one this morning. So yeah, it's still, like I said, just like Lumen. That one just faded, and then yeah, that's it. Widespread. Yeah, or I'm honestly even thinking BABA better. We have some old China plays, but like low key, you could go for the individual rather than the ETF. But again, you might just wait till what happens of what I told you, because if it hits the wall and comes down, then you're gonna be. This happens a lot with these China plays. So if you miss it, you're gonna get mad at me. But again, you know this. You're already 2% off of the fucking mark. So STGD, blah, 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 not moving. Baba. Oh, where's Iran and then Yeah, Boeing's kind of just rampant. We have not moved. And then Bank of America, again, that update, investors liked it. On path, I mean, unless you want it for the long term, I have no comments for you, brother. But, you know, I think at $9 would be a good long-term price. I think that's kind of where it's been at. But even then, yeah, I think $13 you're negative on the year. That's if you wanted it for the long term. I mean, it's kind of a pumpy play, but like I've always told you guys, even before it got hyped, I mean, it is a product that I use. The Boeing news, which one? The like with the claim, didn't they sue somebody or they lost to one plaintiff? If it's that, then yeah. Dismisses. Oh yeah. Oh, they dismissed the criminal charges. Yeah. And then they gave it to one plaintiff, and then bonds are moving. Western Union up 9. Why are you telling me? See, because I could tell you something about Western Union. You're just telling me it's up. If you could give me info, I won't shot put you right now. Otherwise, if you don't tell me the right info, I'm shot putting you. This is what's going to happen. Ready? Have you ever seen this? This is what's about to happen, chat. Check this out. Let me show you some real shit. This is me getting ready. This is my wind up. That's about to happen. They don't feel me. He didn't even do the spin. I want a better one, to be honest. Let me get Ryan. Let Ryan show you. This is about how you see this right now. You better give me the Western Union info, dog. This is I'm stretching right now. See that? I already got the plays. Oh, he's getting warmed up. What's up, Chad? See, that's me waving to everybody. That's me. Oh, that's it. I get the. Oh, they don't feel me. So yeah, bro. And then Starbucks on the high. Ambarella. All right, man. It's kind of a weird mix here so far, but that's been every day. Might have to give it a little bit, or just watch, because if equal weight starts dumping, then you're just going to kind of get pulled down with everything. And then, like I said, even if China wants to do that flip. So, look, it already gave up some of it, but still holding. Just wait till you either hit the wall or it's going to hit the wall and run. Elf options. I didn't look at them yet. You got to keep in mind, you know, when it moves big like that, that does mess with the volatility. And then, I mean, there is downside on the puts because you... It's still kind of expensive, but yeah, they washed a lot of these bids. That was the issue yesterday, where I'm saying if you could find a good play or you have a good idea, I would try to follow through with it, but those bids make it very, very difficult. They're going into stable coins. No, that is incorrect. That is not the news we were looking for. So I actually told all the other guys, it was on our document this morning. They have Investor Day at 1. So if you wanted to front run a catalyst, that's how it would be. And that would be more helpful to our community rather than just telling us when it's up 9% and then pumping some crypto news. You know what I'm saying? That's a shot put. So thank you. I love you, but I need more. I need more. Where's Micron? There's Intel, dude. Yeah, Micron's doing good. Intel dropped and popped. Again, Marvel, dude, at night. It's holding up. Just finding out they had that rumor, and Boeing's still going. I don't know why bonds. You do have data today. I think we're going to get, like, manufacturing and some other stuff. Let me double check. Yeah, you already got the layoffs. You're going to get wholesale inventories, nat gas, treasury auction, and not one that matters, and a lot of Fed speakers. So, yeah, really the wholesale inventories. Tigo, NEM, SPR, they're going off of the Boeing stuff, too. All right, well, K-Web's already fading it a little bit, or just back to open. But meanwhile, you know, look at, we already faded a decent amount now. Yeah, because you were up like a quarter here, just under that. So like I was saying, this wasn't anything, and then you see where it's at now. But then, let's check the church place. Where is it? Alpha on the low. Elf, you got to go near the money on those if you want it. Whirlpool flushing. And then CCCX from yesterday. SPY dancing around. Yeah, they're trapping a lot of the premiums. On any up or down, like index volatility play, it's just trapping the premium. It's exactly what I was telling you here. You can see it. It's going, even if you got the price, then you go down, you make this move. Even if you come near some of the other levels of yesterday, you're not hitting that other high. And then if we rip up one more time, that's going to kill it again. So follow through with any ideas, but do not just go and trade on the momentum and get scared or excited. That's that. Pizza. Oh, I forgot. We still have the free pizza calls. They're still up. Holy shit. So that one from the other day, they're actually still up like 70%. But yeah, it's doing good even though the earnings was bad. JP Morgan, Bitcoin now looks cheap versus gold. Or? Tesla. 15 minutes so far. Not bad, but again, pre-market did look a little bit better than you had that reciprocal news in Nancy. And then EcoH is right at open. Oil's down too, man. Oil at 59. It's kind of crazy. And then Bitcoin futures are back above 100. DG's flushing now. Didn't we see another retailer do bad? Oh, they clapped Target and all those other ones. APLD, where is Path? Yeah, I don't know. Path back to negative on the year. If you really needed growth, that could be one to consider. But I really would like it at $9 or lower. I mean, that's literally kind of the game we played with Sweet Greens, and then it did eventually go. So, to the downside. That's what I'm referring to. Let's see Big Tech. Fortnite had bad earnings too. They're coming up. Google down 1, or Microsoft down 1. Google's up 1. Apple is about to go green. They're still down a quarter. NVIDIA's up. Again, Jensen was kind of lobbying for China. All right, you're back up to open now. That's what I'm saying. Just watch what that does to the premiums. They're just going to widen the spreads. Then Dell, Palantir, Google still running. They did have some headlines there in the morning. And Boeing still too. Yeah, Google's starting to wake up here, up 1.3. Oh, I think I cut those other ones yesterday. Remember we had the Apple news? That one was a dud. I don't know if they probably still would have been down. DuPont had earnings too. DuPont. You read an opinion that Jensen is baiting a government backstop for AI as well. I mean, after this whole little circle jerk of payments, I mean, people have talked about this whole too big to fail thing. I think Jensen has a better. It's I don't know why. I guess maybe it's flawed either way, but I think it's better coming from Jensen than Sam. Because at least Jensen, he's making a lot of money there. You know, I think he could hinge all of it on what he's created and done. But Mr. Sam, they're still very small comparatively. BHF, I think they unhalted it. Oh wait, yeah, no, is it halted again? Yeah, that one's starting to go. Again, the offer was a lot higher, man. We've seen this a lot of times. It is crazy, bro. So we will see. Amen, baby. Amen. Be grateful of your mind. I hope so. All day, every day. The whole entire year. The whole entire eternity. RL on the low now? No way. Yeah, they're still in the green, but they had decent earnings. Okay, SPY, you're getting some candles here. That one, you're just widening spreads on some of these plays, and that's about it. VCell QTWO is up 4. I don't know what the hell this is. Has to be in earnings. Q2 banana lead. Amen. AMD new low. I'm telling you, these ones are good. You just need the market. Even Qualcomm was pretty fire. But remember, yesterday was the day it felt good. People were front running. Everything was playing along, and then yeah, you got your little move. But yeah, I think you're still just getting pressure from the overall broader market in general. Nasdaq, or is that? I think that's the Nvidia inverse. Yeah, that's starting to come down now. Nvidia flip, green to red. And Apple too, they were getting close. I think all of Mag 7 now except Google. Literally every Mag 7 except Google. And then even Tesla's barely down here too. Airbnb has earnings today. USGS adds copper, silver, potash to 2025 critical mineral list. And then Canada Finance Minister aims to regulate stablecoins. U-Haul. I just like the U-Haul business in general. I need to take a look at the stock, but yeah, I don't like, again, even though like the whole New York thing is crazy, just the sad reality is like most people don't leave. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just talks shit. You know how many people told me they were going to leave the chat because I'm a Trump supporter a year ago? Yeah. You know what I mean? Exactly. So they ain't leaving New York, man. We'll find out, but it has to get bad before they really start to flee. I wouldn't make a play off of it. Yeah, it's easy to say you're moving, man. Fucking moving sucks. You gotta go back and forth, bro. I see you're gonna tear an ACL. I don't know how, but you can. Good morning. What up, open face? How you guys feeling after running a marathon? What's the recovery like? All right, look, you're back into yesterday's low. Some of the premiums are working a little bit better now. So wait till this slows down or not, but those ones I just showed you are actually popping a little bit. And then Microsoft now, again, if Google goes, I think it gets ugly. But otherwise, if any of these bounce up, you'll be fine. But then, yeah, Dow's down to third. Equal weight starting to pay a little too. Low ticker has a decent amount of activity. I'll get you a checkup in 7 minutes. DoorDash, again, DoorDash wasn't bad earnings. People were tripping on their investments. Tesla ain't moving for shit. All right, that's the Palantir play. It's actually moving. Huh? Are those brand new options? Yeah, STGW here. I don't like it, but I'm gonna give you one, Chad. Running a 50K, yeah, bro. So I'm saying, how do you recover for that? VV. I play like 5 games of basketball. I need a day. That Ouster on the low. Bonds coming up. SPY near the low. China's starting to fade. I mean, literally, you hit the 40 and sold off half of that. NVO, I'm waiting for something, so you might want to follow along. But we've talked about it a few times. So at this point, I guess the next action will be an action. So stay tuned. Lila, and then Lily. Remember, you're gonna get the what's it called, the drug pricing shit. But yeah, it's not gonna be. You've heard it like 3 days in a row. Texas threatened tariffs on New York refugees. Yeah, they said that before. But like I said, I mean, some of you guys keep talking about it, but you'll just have to see if people actually leave. You know, I mean, like we talked about, you guys know there's a scenario where Mamdani doesn't do anything. Like, you know that, right? So like literally, like, I don't know if you've heard of this, but like politicians, they do not do what they say. Especially if like they've never done it before. I mean, I guess maybe that gives you a shot that he does it, but you know, there's already that might happen. I don't know if you knew that. No, they lie. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you get it. So politicians will say whatever the fuck to get elected, and then once they get elected, that's it. Now they have the leverage, not you. It's a weird concept. It's a weird concept. All right, yeah, STG dubs. That one went, like I said, those premiums, you got 50% on the short ones if you took those. The other ones I said that like are lagging, that one's just odd. But like I'm saying, I think it's scammy. So, or we'll see how fun or how fast it goes. If you get velocity, you'll hit. No velocity, you're done. Biogen, they got to upgrade this morning. What city? Hello. No, I'm sorry, I got a call. I had to take that. I be bugging a lot of people. One of you guys should make a brokerage. But till then, you only have like a couple weeks. I don't know if you could get it done that fast. Stagwell. All right, man. Spy dumper rooneying. Again, it's even taken to China. You hit that wall a little bit faster, or you're going to hit the other wall by Euro close, and then everything will flip. But the VIX is going. The volatility plays did go up. But actually, they're lagging now that you're fucking here. So literally, as it breaks here on the... This is exactly how the Qualcomms played out yesterday. That sucks. So look. This is the same play I was showing you. It was like holding and you weren't up, and then this move to the low of yesterday, it gets you up, and now you're dumping it, but you're not breaking out. And then that's what you got to wait for. It's playing just like the Qualcomms yesterday in reverse. So keep that in mind. I don't know if Trump is talking today, and some people faded the whole government shutdown thing. So if the government shutdown odds flip, you're going to get another flip here in the market, but I don't think you have your boy hyping you up here for an event. Yeah, like I said, if Google dumps, that's going to get a little uglier, but then Apple's kind of switching. You know, my girl asked me yesterday. It was a very genuine question. And she was like, wait, hold on. Google candles, Eli Lilly waking back up again. But she asked me a genuine question. And she was like, how come, like, you Americans, how come you guys want this socialism shit so bad? And I told her there's two answers. There's two real answers. I think the first answer, people don't like to hear it. I think it's been like 30 years of people realizing some of the flaws in how we implement stuff, and they have been plotting that for 30 years. If you don't believe me, there's documents, there's a lot of documentation, i.e. every hater of America has been planning stuff for a very long time, and it starts with everything in politics to school boards and you name it. So that's the answer people don't like. But then the other real answer as well is how the last several years fucked up things. And in the sense, what ends up happening, you got to think about it. It's like that Peter Thiel email to Zuckerberg, where there's people who have, you know, why do so many people feel disenfranchised, and why are they willing to experiment with socialism when you all know exactly what happens? And it's because they want the alternative when everything feels out of reach. It's super simple. I mean, if you're not involved in the system, you have no stake in it, you think you're never going to go own a home, you're confused about marriage, family, all these things, you don't know, you hate everybody, and everyone's angry, and then everything's expensive, it changes how you're going to view. You're like, give me the fucking alternative. Why wouldn't you? You know? And that's why I said, I mean, you guys got to think about it. The Chads, any of y'all who listened over the last, like, what, half a decade? You know, you saved money. You got a house before they went crazy. Some of you even saw you were able to get them now. And if all you did was the pitch, or not, they don't feel it. Amen. Yes, exactly. If you stuck with the peach, man, think about it. You saved, you got a house, you own investments, your investments grew, you know, you worked and you were applying that, you feel more involved in it. That's why some of you are like, why are people acting like this? Why would they want this? Because they didn't do what you did. I mean, you have a different investment, but sadly, like, you know, immigration down to fucking up the money supply, making a lot of things out of reach for a lot of people, and, you know, pumping them up on stimulus and all this other stuff, and then telling them, you know, again, all the confusion. There's a reason why people want the alternative. They don't give a fuck. They say, give me the other one. I don't care what it is. Just give me the alternative. Why? Give me what I don't care what you say works or not. Well, this doesn't work for me now. So, ta-da. Yeah, that's it. That's all it is. Hard for some people to accept on both sides, but all of those factors, I think, are real. Eli Lilly and Apple woke up. SPY's just dumping them. So again, now it's down 0.6, bro. This from here to here is starting to get very large, but like I'm saying, you just broke out now on some of these volatility plays near the money. The out of the monies did not move, brother. So like I'm saying, even if you had time now, I was showing you near the monies, but this is what I'm saying, because unfortunately, it doesn't mean we're not going down, but I'm telling you, like, if the moment it shifts in the pricing, that's what you got to be mindful of. Because now even anything out of the money hasn't broke out yet. The near the monies, they have to break out, or the in the money, because that one I showed you just went in the money. And it's funny because TLT's been up all day. So today's now very different than yesterday, where the bonds didn't really match or in any sort of nature. But yeah, you're getting that bid. Very good explanation. I'm glad you appreciate it, you know, but it was a genuine question. I wish I recorded it, because, you know, I could keep it a little bit more real with my girl without having to try to appease the sensitivities of some. But it just because people don't like the first thing I said, but I think it's really real. I have to find it for you, bro, because last time I was in like DC, it was one of my dad's friends who like gave me this document from back in the day, and it explained everything that's happening very well, but it's from the 80s or the 90s, and a lot of people have been setting shit up in that sense of just people don't like America. Even go listen to Napoleon Hill, like the whole idea of America, we have taken it for granted. So thank you, veterans and everybody else, but that mixed in with the social dynamic, and then, you know, a lot of the youth and people just, I'm saying, confusion and not being a part of it. It's just, that's it, man. I don't know, like, come on. Why? Why do you think people don't like my channel? I think people really like my channel. That's why some of you are here regardless. But you got to think about it. There's been stuff that, you know, if you save 10%, you own assets, you get involved, you work hard, own things. Again, all of y'all, if you really did listen at the right time, you were immune to all of this shit. Because again, your life is very different of how you're viewing it. Again, some of you made good decisions, and I'm not trying to talk shit. I want you to see how it works, because you got to think about it. You grabbed that house before, bro. Your view on this fucking planet is so much different. Because you're like, wait, why are they saying this? I got my house for 50% off. Wait, what do you mean? But then what happened too? Some people got houses, and then they slipped into the gambling. And then that's what I'm saying, the culture, the confusion, and one thing led to another, and they some of y'all traded it, and you traded that spot, and then now you're welcome back to the 70-80% majority that feels that way. And now that I'd argue that position is more confusing, because you've got to taste both sides. And now if you go back to it, you're like, well, wait a minute, and then then it's bothering. Well, no, I think people do like real. I think more and more, bro, a lot of y'all reach out. And I think for some of the new people, I think I am very refreshing for them to hear. And I hope you stand, brother, and I hope y'all can make it through. But it's sad, their reality, man. Because like I think even in the AI age, motherfuckers, they just want dumb consumers. You know, people like real when they're ready for it, but yeah, dude, everything from like a Robinhood down to just all these companies, man. It's just they don't like that. They want, I thought we were down with helping people, but I guess we weren't. You finally found it. Welcome. Yeah, Mo, it's a trip. Cause that's what I said, dude. Some people, they were posting it too. Like, people were getting kicked off Robinhood if they were a professional trader. But like, dude, you guys don't remember? Dog, they used to invite me to all those Robinhood events. All the people would watch and do that. And I think the moment they realized that I was not trying to take their fucking money, the sponsor money, and then they realized that we actually wanted to help some people out, I just don't think, like, on my pure business sense, I don't think it fits their business model. That's it. You again, look at how many millions we've created here off of some good shit. It took a minute, but at the same time, you make way more money off foolishness. As I'm saying, every time you live in loose, bro, you teach them how to steal your money. So yeah, bro, I encourage you to care about your future. You still have time. And save 10%, work hard, get your ownership in there, and it's going to be a good time. Otherwise, you know, I'd hate to go back and forth with that bullshit. And if you get caught up in it, I mean, at the end of the day, it's yours. You're the ones who live with the consequences. IBM. All right, man. Let's see the time. IBM actually kind of launching. Check that. K-Web doesn't move a lot, but, you know, 1%. This morning, above 40, it'll go crazy, but we need, I think you're going to need the other one. And then, like I told you, it usually hits a wall. China, we've played enough China plays to know this, where, you know, you're either going to hit this wall after a big gap up and then it does nothing till the end of the day, or you're going to hit the wall early and then we might hit another wall to the downside. But a lot of times it'll just stay just like the SPY. Sometimes it won't go anywhere. Pfizer and Guild. I mean, healthcare is on fire today. All right, man. See if you get back to VWAP. Penn, Dave Portnoy, Long. They had earnings and they backed out of the ESPN deal. I didn't know they were $15. Doesn't he own it already? Didn't he get some in that deal with the little trade? Remember, for $1? And then DraftKings is now with ESPN. That's that. XBI. If a large majority of Chads ask about Grok and lookbacks, that could educate it. It can, actually. I realized that, yes, because it gave you a good answer when you asked Grok about it. But let me see. And then I saw it. I told it because I said, Grok. I said, hey, Grok, how many times does he blink in this video? You know that? Because I was fascinated. And then Grok said 0 times. And then Grok did explain lookbacks. They are exotic derivatives where payoff depends on the minimum max of the asset price over the option's life, often used for hedging, but with higher premiums due to flexibility. Robinhood mentions record option volumes, but doesn't specify lookbacks. Oh, and I said, do you think it would greatly benefit retail? So he said this. Lookbacks are an exotic derivative where the payoff is based on the underlying asset's max-min, reducing timing risk. Types include fixed strike, preset strike, payoff from extreme price, and floating strike, strike to adjust to extreme. Pros for retail can minimize loss from mistiming sales or outages by locking in optimal prices. Cons, higher premium, complexity, and limited availability, often not on platforms like Robinhood, makes them costly and less accessible for most retail traders. They might benefit sophisticated ones in volatile markets, but standard options could suffice for many, not financial advice. So all of the cons are due to a lack of exposure. So higher premiums and limited availability, that goes hand in hand. They are complex though. But then again, I mean, y'all did figure out how to do. They used to say the same thing about normal options. But yeah, I think Robinhood gets it. Or Grok gets it. Excuse me, Robinhood doesn't get it. AirPods. Who's the other one? Stagwell, no. Elf, that's the one. You asked which is better for someone experienced with options, prediction markets, or lookbacks. It said lookbacks. Wow. I mean, most of the cons are a result of the gatekeeping, yes. Tesla now flushing. Got UNG. They could have submitted the Q&A. My guy, they hear us. You know how many Chads work for Robinhood? Like I'm saying, I know they fucking hear it. That's why they started offering Tesla matches within 12 hours of me opening my mouth. So yeah, bro, I just don't think they want it. It's not in their interest, and even though they say they're for you, I just don't believe them. But that's why somebody should make them. All right, NVIDIA down. Damn, NVIDIA from 200 real quick. Yeah, Apple's starting to go now. And then MasterCard. Google, man, they were doing great, but it's only down by 0.1. Let me get you guys a checkup. Vice Premier, China need to remove trade barriers holding back green transition. Why you no load? Dow Jones 10 green, 20 red. NASDAQ 22 green, 80 in the red. Ugh. And then SPY 223 green, 270-ish in the red. Yeah, I like ELF. I like the thing that we talked about, because like I prefer Ulta better than all of them for the long term. That's why we have the Ulta, but I wish we got it on that Buffett move. Buffett keeps fucking up the good plays. Every time they're like getting really good value, he comes in and then he adds the fucking premium. But like ELF, this is the thing. Like, look, their valuation right now is $4.4 billion. Right? That's the market cap. Take a look at their chart. Right? Now compare it to Coty, another makeup company. And this chart's even ugly. This is both 10-year charts, right? And look how fucking ugly Coty is. Coty's $3.2 billion. So that's why, even though the price is a lot higher on ELF, it's like Lulu and Nike kind of. But I think the valuation on ELF isn't that bad. So that's why I like that one a little bit more. I think ideally your best pick would be Ulta if you could get that one at a good deal. But yeah, that's why ELF does have my attention, because I'm like, yeah, the value isn't too crazy. After Thanksgiving? That's in 3 weeks, dog. The fuck? And then we have NVIDIA earnings too before that. So that'll usually be the gateway. That's usually the gateway drug. Elf does have good brand. I just remember when Elf was shit. That's the thing. Again, even that's why we bought Ulta at the time. But Elf did grow nice, and I don't know, man. You might have to talk to the ladies about this one, because it's not it's like, yeah, I don't know how they still view it. I think it is popular, but that's why I think Ulta is the Costco. I think it's the Costco of makeup. Good deposit, yeah. There's a couple names out there that hit. We talked Procter & Gamble too. I really like that. I think Procter & Gamble could go a lot lower, and then if you really want the tissues and tampons, I mean Kimberly-Clark. But yeah, Elf's a cool one. And then again, by the end of the year, some of these might bounce, or you might get another set. And then NVO is right near Diamond Zone. The thing is, I mean, we've talked about it a lot. Someone even asked me today, you should kind of know my plan on it, and you should understand too why I haven't moved yet. So give me the easy answer. There's one easy answer why I have not bought more of it again. Even though I'm probably going to, unless it doesn't get worse, but what would it be? Do you know the easy answer? Tell me why. It's not the divvy. Not American. No, it's not that. I'm not waiting for the dust to settle. Come on, easy. Look at it. It's easy, dog. Easy. Easy. Easy money, dog. Easy money. Not bill cash. Just look at the stock, bro. Look at the stock. What do you see? I don't know why it's going, but yeah, Sermal is moving up. CRML still has week to go. No, not a new 52-week low. You're close. You're close. Alzheimer's trial. If I knew it, I'd want it. But no, he was really close. Are you guys gonna let the guys on the delay catch up to you? Y'all ain't got it? Oh, thank you, farmer. Whew. Whew. Yeah, it hasn't hit a new price. So you got to think about it. We've had like 5 other opportunities to scoop it up at this price, and we said no. So it's not now. Now think about it. You got like 3-4 other new names. As we get back to this price, I have 3 or 4 names that I actually like a little bit, or let's sweeten up the deal. So you got to beat the other value, or you got to get a lot lower and then I'll take it. But yeah, I'm not. So it's not like we had it at 45 and we still were able to decide on it. So in a weird way, none of this is new. Yeah, and then think about it. Intel, that's what kind of happened with Intel a little bit. But then Intel, we got something, and I was willing to pay a little bit more, right? So change this. So like, let's say it hits 45, or maybe it doesn't hit the diamond level I'm looking for, but then we find out about the Alzheimer's thing and it's good. I'll buy it at 50. You see what I'm saying? I don't care about that. But in this current state with everything going on, I'm gonna want a new price, and I want that certain yield, which starts to defend you a little bit better. But then again, these guys are willing to do the bidding wars and shit. Like I was telling you, they misuse all that fucking windfall money from Ozempic. That could change it. Yeah, Apple's launching, bro. I was starting to go up, and I think that lifted you up here. There's one more big tech that went with it. Yeah, new price. The long-term chat got it so fast. So look at the gambler chat, you guys didn't get it that fast. But the long-term guys, holy shit, they got it on the money. Wow. A lot of people ignored the Canada one. So Canada was hyping up minerals too, but I don't see anything on thermal. I do enjoy saying thermal though. It's fun. Yeah, 2 days ago they had environmental approvals from Greenland. ATRA. Fig. Didn't they have a partnership with Adobe or some AI shit? BTC. AXSM, ATRA, yeah, you guys were just saying how XBI was going up. So yeah, biotechs are moving. The federal government backstops OpenAI. I don't think it's a good move, but they might do it. I mean, you got to think about it. I think all of this started when Donald Trump did the fucking AI bill, the one I disagreed with on the big beautiful bill, if you guys recall. And remember, I was telling you it gives them way too much power. And I said it's very odd and I do not stand for it. And once again, everybody ignored it. Yeah, I think that's where it started. Because that 500 billion Stargate, I think that was the initial credit line. That's what I was telling you guys. I was like, that's where all of it, even if they didn't have the fucking money, you had this little Stargate government backing thing. And then that even tied into Oklo and everything else. So in a weird way, I think they might do it. But people have been talking about this for a couple months, this idea of getting like AI and all these companies to the point of too big to fail. I mean, we've heard that a lot. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm not too big of a fan of it. But however, you know, most of the things I'm not a fan of happen. So I think it might. You don't know the endpoints on the Alzheimer's study, but they should see positive results. Dude, I think it's going to be fascinating. So that's the thing. I'm sure they're going to find something. I just don't know if that's going to be how optimistic people will be on it. And then if it is a crazy breakthrough, I mean, that'll be insane. But like, isn't it just, at the end of the day, isn't it just like obesity causes a lot of issues? Because that's what they're pretty much finding. They're like, Ozempic addiction, Ozempic and this and that. But I think it just boils down to, you know, living a little bit more healthy or underweight has caused some better benefits than not. So if AI bubble pops will bail them out, yeah, that's what everyone's kind of saying, you know, because now it's getting there. If it's fake, right? If this all ends up being nothing, and like I don't think that's the case. You know, I'm an AGI guy, but AGI might take forever. But it's like, yeah, if the bubble pops and it's not there, you know, you're gonna need to rescue somebody. Otherwise, if it's like critical minerals and critical AI, and now the government, if it turns into some Cold War shit, they're going to have to bail it out, because then it's a matter of national security. Or then it's just like AGI, that would cause both good and bad, but I think AGI would be your best outcome. But then again, when does AGI happen? I'm pretty sure Elon said AGI was going to be this year, right? Or last year? So yeah. Can you lend me about lending? Nowhere near a handout? Sure. I would love to give you advice. But yeah, I would say, I think some of you guys misinterpreted me the other day. I want to give some stuff away, and I wanted to help you guys. And I wanted some people to I wanted you to get a structural change in your finances and look at it. So what ended up happening, 7 of you guys emailed me, and then you were asking me for money. I think you misinterpreted it. So no, I'm not doing that. And I'm going to break your guys' hearts right now. Okay? Are you ready? So this year for Christmas, I'm not giving anything away. Okay? I want, if I change my mind, I'll let you know. But I'm not buying y'all Christmas gifts. I hope that you saved, and I need you to grind. This year we could have made a lot of money, but I'm not giving away Christmas gifts this year. Yes, I gave XBI. That was a good one. But, I mean, you know, every year I've always opened up the door, and I said, you know, if you can't afford gifts for your children or anything, I've stepped in and tried to help. But, yeah, I'm not going to do that this year. You don't want money, but you don't want the music in between trade ideas? You sound like a lot of fun. Are you okay? Is everything okay? So, I hope you do better. But yeah, respectfully, I don't want you to feel bad, but yeah, I don't fuck with you. No. You're too boring for me. This guy. He said, can we not have Jeopardy music? What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you okay? I don't think he's okay. That's what I'm saying. Are you okay? Like, is everything fine? Or is that... There's a lot more. You could get mad at me about way more. But then if you've chose the petty, you just remind me of the devil. That's a philo. That's a philo. He's a sassy man. CNK, Cinemark. Kind of waking up in a couple of energy plays. Hit VWAP, came down. You can't hide behind the foreign language, dog. I didn't ban you, though. But no, we're not changing nothing. Alright, man. Can Uncle drop an album? Maybe. Maybe. I don't want to tell you guys, but you know what? I like Oscar. He's a good time. He's an inspiring fellow. I can't show it to you, but I can show you this. If it's done in time, I don't know, man. I don't know. Are you ready? But yeah, that might show up somewhere if it gets done in time. We'll see. Yeah. Eli Lilly, and then Pfizer, all the biotechs, and then Pfizer's dumping now, and then NASDAQ down by 1. Dude, I'm glad, man. That's what I'm saying. I think some of y'all just keep up the good work, and I'm glad that you have put yourself in a position to appreciate your life and country and everything else, man. There's a lot of things. Yeah, AMD's getting work now, dude. All of them. So yeah, this is the reverse of yesterday. But I guess no news is bad news, because you really didn't have anything. You didn't have much today, and then all of the pretty much good shit from yesterday faded real quick. But yeah, you got the biotechs. They've been in their own little world, but that's it. Merry Christ. I mean, I hope you could get a Christmas song. But like, here, can I tell you guys what Uncle made a Christmas song a while ago. I don't think it's on the internet anymore. He made one. It was but it's funny. That's the problem. It's not like, it's more of a diss track than a Christmas song. So yeah, man, I don't know if y'all will be, it will be Christmas, but I mean, yeah. I think the last Christmas song Uncle made, it started off, it said, Jesus was born so you could buy a phone. And then something like that. And then, yeah, but it's not So I don't know if it's going to be what you expect. Yeah, Apple is literally the only thing saving you. If you haven't noticed, though, this is exactly what happened with Google this morning. You're only getting like one or two kind of holding you up. Long terms roasting on an open fire. Farrah's trying to help you out, man. I think he's a demon. That's it. I don't even, at this point, you guys you saw that, right? I explained it even before he did it, and then he did it, and he's even on real time. It don't even make sense. So yeah, bro, flee from me. Oh, Bank of England, it could be. I mean, and too, you guys realize, like, this is a data week, but it's not. Like, it's straight up, like, you would be having non-farms and a lot of other stuff this week, but you're not. All right, there's the VIX. Let me check those ones. Yeah, dude, that out of the other ones are still the same price. In the money, near the money is actually yesterday's price, and then nothing out of the money has moved up. But then if we get some real, like I said, I told you guys this morning, you're going to need some real bond volatility. And then you'll know. Goldman sees 25 basis point Bank of England cut in December versus prior no cut. All right, man, low ticker is fully gassed now. You're hitting another low. You had a little bit of relief. Apple, a couple of names are up. But again, NASDAQ's about 80% in the red. China's doing good, but now that's about to dump and flush all of it. Yeah, even Nvidia fell now, too. Eli was a great winner, man. Last out winner all week. They fucked it up with the bids a little bit, but even then, it did so good. You hit it. Why are we flushing this hard? That, I think, is just a matter of movement in the size. So, you know, the size of the tech stocks, all of that. You already had the equal weight down a fuck ton leading into it. You know what I'm saying? The equal weight, you already got drained without realizing it. You just had tech holding up. So now if the tech holds up, I mean, that's your floor. Or at least you have a lot to dissolve from up there. But I do still think it's part of some of the stuff we said yesterday, or this all week with the crowding. And then that little front run yesterday on the government shutdown, they faded that instantly. And now a lot of the algos even interpreted it as bearish by this morning. But I wouldn't say it's, again, none of this shit, man, unfortunately. I still think until we get real bond volatility, this is all bullshit. This is all practice. All of you could hear this too. So I'm not trying to keep anybody in the dark on this. I'm trying to make sure you guys just have to decide and follow through. You either plant on these days. Like I was saying, yesterday was your day to buy puts if you really were worried about it. Today's your day to buy calls if you but then make sure the premium is like good and near the money until unless you know it's gonna fucking gas. That's why Eli Lilly gassed, but you couldn't really confirm it. But it gassed so much that out of the money's hit. But if not, and it went slower and went up, you would have lost. Yeah, Eli Lilly again. I'm going to keep that one up. Nvidia flushing too. I mean, you did have Mr. Jensen kind of low-key lobbying. It's been premium kill for the last 2 weeks. We're at Thursday now. He's doing the same shit. I think it's just worse. It might be at 90% red on the Nazi. But last checkup was 45 minutes ago. Dow, 9 names green, 21 red. SPY, 18, or NASDAQ's 18, 84. Or 16 green, 84 in the red. And then 175 green, 327 red. Oh, Netflix. I feel like you're right. We didn't give that attention. It's holding up, still red, but better than not. And China, there's the VIX. Out of the monies, have not ran yet. Couple at a time. If you go in the money, you'll go higher than yesterday. But if not, it's... Oh, one of them did. All right. They're going to juice some of the premiums to the direction or a little bit right here. So anything going down is going to get the wider spread or a higher ask. Oh, you finally filled that gap, though. Remember the other day somebody said we filled it and we didn't? 67. Damn, we were just at 6. Yeah, you're down 200 points in 2 weeks pretty much. In a very slow premium kill fashion. Yeah, Meta as well. Again, the funding pressure's eased up. That's the funny part. So you got more liquidity here than not. Or at least compared to last week. Yeah, gold and silver aren't dumping. Let's see, Bitcoin. Bitcoin was doing good, but now it's down, back down too. It is. I think that's why yesterday the whole food stamps and anything related to the shutdown and consumer, they went up. But then that's what I'm saying. It's like the moment people kind of doubted that overnight till today, that reversed and hit them. That was the news this morning, yes. Job cuts. The Challenger job layoff notice, that was the biggest in 10 years. Well, yeah, that's why, again, Coca-Cola, first negative one. And I don't know. I mean, you realize Donald Trump threatened a Great Depression if they make him refund the tariffs. It'll be bad. But I also do think they're going to pull the panicking card eventually. They kind of hinted at it. Actually, Coca-Cola's going up. What the fuck is this? Yeah. I think it's all tech, man. Like I'm saying, give me real bond volatility, I'll freak out. But no real bond volatility, I think is practice. Tap. That's what I'm saying. Some of these value plays, there's some that should be killed today are doing way better. But then again, they've already been killed. Remember, that breadth that got us here, that's why you could drop 200 points without it being serious, because you were up 200 points when everything was getting murdered. Like everything, the other 400 names. I mean, that is, but like, do you guys know the increase in like food stamps, right? So like, it is a big amount of money that's on it, but I think the problem that some people are fighting against is the fact that, you know, the last like 4 or 5 years, you had a ballooning of people on there. I still think, I think a lot of people need it. I'm not against giving it to people who need it. I don't know if you guys know that. But then again, I think just as many people who need it, there are people who do not need it and are abusing the system. So, unfortunately, that is the problem with that one. But yes, it does have an economic effect. And the longer, again, you've already breached, I believe, $7 or $8 billion of permanent loss. Okay, you're going down. Premiums are gassing now. It's not gassing, they're higher, though. And that's very hard to get above yesterday. That's why I'm saying. But now the out of the money, some of them, depending, like 2 standards or like 1.5 standard deviations, those are higher than yesterday now. That wasn't the case until like 5 minutes ago. I do like Target, yes. They have earnings coming up, so that could be make or break, and they're tied to some of these scenarios. But yeah, if your portfolio could use it and you don't have that type of exposure already and you want a dividend, I mean, their ratio's stable, everything. You know, you're just going to have the equity risk, bad consumer, bad earnings. But then you got the holidays coming up. So, but yeah, I do like it. Next earnings will hear me out. If people aren't ready to end this very soon, the odds of it going till 2027 have increased greatly. So that's I don't think it's, some of y'all are worried about next quarter. I'm worried, but I'm not, if that makes sense. It either has to end very soon, and if it doesn't end very soon, my guy, this is going to go on for 2 years. That's what I'm starting to realize. And like I'm saying, the probability increased. Yes. I've said this for 2 weeks. The probabilities were lower. Now, today's the first time I'm telling you the probability of that's a lot higher. But yes, the shutdown could go for 2 years. You all just ignored me every time I would say that? So, like, literally, you don't have a government, you don't have a debt ceiling. So every other time you have had this government shutdown scenario, it was tied to the debt ceiling. So then that way you couldn't play this game for, I'm not going to vote, I'm not going to do it, because literally there was a debt ceiling. So like the government the money would be full stop, not just we can't issue and budget it. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up like, no, government shut, like you can't spend anymore. You need to raise the ceiling or you can't operate. But then ironically enough, the Democrats voted, even though if they're playing this game, and the Republicans too, they said, yeah, let's push the debt ceiling to 2027. So now you have till 2027 to keep operating in an odd way. So now, if they really wanted to push it, you can theoretically have a shutdown until 2027. That's why I reminded you. I said, I don't know why they're giving Donald Trump this power in a lot of ways. I think they did it so that they could have won those last elections, so that way, you know, people feel it more and they're like, see, don't you hate him? Vote for us. And then, yeah, but that's the weird part about all this. In a weird way, there is a window where you could take this to 2027. So, yeah, that's not, and like I'm saying, how it's played. If we don't resolve it soon now that you got elections out the way, now that we're playing the IEEPA tariffs, all this other shit, it's like if you don't get this figured out soon, I think that your odds are skyrocketing for 2027. Or at least relative for how much of an outlier it should have been, it's increasing pretty greatly. Would keeping it closed make Trump look like a dictator? Yes. In the same way, you know, judges you didn't vote for holding things hostage would also look like another, you know, misuse of power. But yes, it goes all around. That's how they're going to fucking market it both ways. So, yeah, I'm not here this whole time, you guys, I'll keep it real with you. I know you don't like some of my views and takes on the reality, but yeah, it's two-sided. Two wings of the same bird. But yeah, that's why it's like, nah, if they want to play this game, both sides can really play it. And now it's a real game of chicken. Or if you're like, okay, there's a lot of abuse in the system, you don't like some of these people, again, this is going to open the door to really fire a lot of people if they wanted to. That's why I'm saying it's odd, but that is in your realm of possibility. But in all situations, like, you know, they want you to take it to the fucking, like, all of them. They just want it to go to the point where you get worried. And then once it's, like, really bad, they should come to a deal. That's what I'm saying. It's just a game of chicken, bro. Now it's a very big game of chicken. Apple's still going. Procter & Gamble, you got a ransomware victim. Logitech and Navi included. And Nav. Well, they go without a paycheck, and they'll, you know, they can quit, or some of them can be fired, like, legally now and easily. But then those who stay, you will get back payment. I mean, this is the first time all the politicians aren't getting paid. So all these people in Congress don't get money. That's what I'm saying. That's the irony. That in a weird way, they're all just negotiating their paychecks. Oh, Navistar, not Navient. Thank you for that. That's why I don't know. I said this the other day. Are you ready? Maybe you guys want to hear it again. This reminds me of something. So if Trump really wanted, and Pfizer and Merck are going up. Merck a little bit bigger of a pop, and then Pfizer's actually going. But like, this reminds me of a situation that you've seen in the last couple of years. Does anybody remember? I already said it. Let's see if you remember. If Trump wanted to play a game, or maybe if everybody agreed with it, but yeah, there's something about it. Your Kalshi odds are fucked. You guys don't remember the odds were very different a week or two ago? That's why I don't fuck with it. I have my own probability system. I just don't release it. I'm not trying to make money off of you guys. In that sense, I could make my own money with my own That's why I give you guys the info, but it's not like there's real probabilities out there, and it's not based on manipulated transactions that alter, and then when they alter, they still had money behind them. So yeah, don't get influenced by those. But if you could understand consequences, you could probably build your own model. That's what I'd encourage you guys to do. You know, that's the sad part, is they want you all to like bet on prediction markets and like get involved in that. But you guys realize you live in the era where you could create your own. I don't know who needs to hear this. Ask fucking PewDiePie, for crying out loud. How you gonna let PewDiePie fucking front run you on what you should really be doing? That's crazy. Plant. Financials are doing pretty good though, all things considered. That's what I'm saying. The equal weight wasn't bad. We already talked about why today. We could go over in a little bit, but there's a lot of factors, and I think it's a mix of just tech, and no news is bad news today. But do you remember, what's the thing? Nah, from 2020 to 2025, if they want to make this shutdown be very restrictive, what should that remind this? It's parallel to a similar scenario that most of us, you wouldn't really expect. You might be too arrogant. I've been too arrogant at times for this one. Think about it. What are my proprietary odds? I'm not fucking telling you, Kalshi boy. What you fucking think? I did just said it. I will tell you if probabilities increase or not, as I have been doing. If you've been listening, you've made a fuck ton. Yeah, you're close. Now you're close, Chad. You go one step further. Give me a geography related to that answer. So they said COVID-19. Give me a geography now. Tell me about a country. I just gave you the fucking answer. China. That's what I said. I was like, in a weird, right when I saw the whole thing that it could go to fucking 2027, I'm like, dude, you guys remember like in 2021 and then like 2022 and 2023, China had deflation, but then remember your boy Xi Jinping did social prosperity? It was after the lockdowns. It was like an unnecessary lockdown. And he called it social prosperity, where they would still like halfway lock you down, and then they started to fucking just clap all the companies. Right? You remember that? And then real estate got clapped, and they got deflation. Yeah, you remember that? This feels like a pseudo-social prosperity. Because essentially, if you wanted to limit, halt everything, get a little deflation, and do something like that, then yeah. I mean, fuck, going to 2027 might accomplish that. That might be Trump's pseudo-social prosperity crackdown. Ta-da! All right, you're going lower. That move, though, they killed a couple of those premiums still. Again, in the money, you're higher than yesterday. I'm talking about downside volatility plays. But the bonds are not volatile, unfortunately. This will update, but it's hard to get bond volatility after the beginning of this year, dude. And then Bessent's been fucking right. Yeah, Netflix is going. So let's see, what time is it? 7:50? 30 minutes till Euro. Remember, MTSR, they're going through a bidding war and offers are getting matched. Yeah, MTSR, big candle. I don't know, maybe Mert gets involved. Yeah, I've shared this idea on the crackdown thing before. All of this stuff, everything I've talked about today, we've talked about for everybody. You didn't need to pay $50 to understand this. It's, I don't know if you heard it or listened, but yeah. Yeah, Netflix woke up. Couple staples, man. That's the odd part. Because those are, a lot of them flushed after this whole, like, again, kind of related to the shutdown and the benefits. Those all went down, but a couple of them are going up. Staples are about to go green. So like I'm saying, I do think a lot of this is just tech related. Apple's doing great, though. That's it, unless it flips. Greece deepens energy ties with U.S. First exploration deal in 40 years. Yeah, K-Web, again, that hit the wall quick, dog. So they gave it up. The ones with time are still holding up from yesterday, though. That's the sad part. Anything short-term, you got washed, especially if you took it this morning. But guess what? Now you could plant. Or you wait till end of the day, and then you plant, or it's going to stabilize at one of these. So now, if you like that idea, just, again, the ones with time are still up, though. What the fuck? Yeah, no, they're still up like 20%. That's fucked. So yeah, just the spread. It depends where you get filled, but kind of whack. And then short terms are just cratered. The Bear Cup at Starbucks. People were in line till 3 a.m. I've never heard of anybody waiting in line for Starbucks like that. Speaker Johnson won't promise a vote on healthcare subsidies. I just recapped it, brother. What the fuck? So did you not just listen to the last like 5 minutes? You gotta wait till next month, dog. Next week. We'll go over it again when everybody asks. But I just explained it. Bailey talks with Faraz, some UK shit. All right, airlines getting washed now. Bigger candle to the downside. Remember, they had what's it called? The 10% of the air traffic is cutting on Friday. That's really what kind of killed the vibe, if you think about it. Because again, yesterday they're like, oh, it's gonna go, and then if they're saying we're cutting air traffic by Friday, that does not mean it's ending on Friday. But then again, that's what I'm saying. Raise the stakes, game of chicken, yada yada yada. Well, you could play any time, but like I'm saying, I was telling you, I like the China idea, but I wouldn't have bought, like in the morning, it was fucking gapped. It was almost 2%. So I said, it'll hit a wall. I thought it would have hit the wall by now. I thought it was going to hold up a little better and then do this, but it did it in fucking 10 minutes. Or I guess an hour now, 2 hours. But you're better off if you wanted short term, but even then, the ones with time, you might need a little bit more drainage if you want them at a better price. Because like I'm saying, if we keep moving this slow, the options are going to get really difficult. That's what we were saying since last week, and I think that warning helped. Oh, that one had an event today, right? I think that was on the list. And then GE. Okay, man, a couple of these values and then defense. Johnson stated he is less hopeful that the government shutdown will be resolved soon, indicating a potential extension or delay. See if the staples go down, though, because some of them are doing pretty well. Oh, yeah, where is Baba? Baba held up a little better, though. See, that's 1.8. But that could be a better way to go about it. But even then, if we get any sort of drainage on all fronts, that China play could lose still. Live Nation. Airbnb. I don't know. I got a couple more bookings, but I like Airbnb. I am, though. I think part of the government shutdown shit, bro. I think a little bit of extra goods and discretionary spend is down. So, but then again, pizza did bad. It went up. Airbnb, they didn't really go up when they did good, but this is the first time in a couple years I'm actually like, yeah, Airbnb traffic. This is my slowest in fucking 5 to 10 years. But it did pick up a little bit. The ones with fucking snow and shit do very, very well. Yeah, I did too. That's why I said that a week ago, and then a couple came in on a few of the properties, but then, yeah, still could have been better. Dude, the farm, bro. Mitch built some crazy shit, dude. I finally got to see it, dude. I was shocked. I didn't know he was a fucking stonesman. It's the craziest thing. But yeah, it's coming together nice. We're gonna do, I had even somebody look at it for some horse shit yesterday. And then, I don't know, man. I got an offer, but I don't like it. Cause like, but I just figured out something. They, like, you could grow certain agriculture and then they will buy it. And there's like a crazy demand. And I don't like it though. I don't want to grow that shit because I'm not talking weed. But she's like, huh? But yeah, so still good. I mean, it's decent. We're going to try a couple of other things, but that's why I said I might have to book it out for the next like 2 months. So we might not be able to do our end of the year as planned. So, and then I'm gonna see by end of the year or January. Because January to March, when it starts to heat up, that's where I'll either sell it or hold it forever. Well, yeah, it's agriculture. I didn't know you could, but we got to build a lot to do it. I don't know if Trump is talking today. I think you're gonna get the healthcare stuff and the drug pricing, which we already know about. .808s and heartbreak. Tesla, I mean, Netflix going up, but the other day Tesla did a little better. I think they're gonna give him his pay package. They better. You know how many people got paid like hundreds of millions of dollars just to do terrible? Oh, that's what MTSR raises the bid, you guys. That's why it went up. Those contracts on the first day did very good. Matt Sarah. That's crazy. How are they fucking updating it? So it is a bidding war. That's what we said on day one, but they fucking hit. But yeah, that one's crazy because after some point, like, when does it get good or bad for the buyers? 8:10, bro. 20 minutes till Euro close. I almost said power hour. Merck and Pfizer now. Why is Pfizer going up then? And I'm telling you, bro. NVO's the one getting clapped because they're doing bad. But no, NVO's going up too. I think it's all healthcare. But yeah, Pfizer. Dude, the offer was supposed to be at 60 or 40, dude. So now it's like, what do you mean about to pay fucking double? And then investors are liking it. So it's either a really good product and they know something, or at this point, or it could just be the fact somebody already wants to buy it. It's kind of confirming their idea. It could go both ways, but eventually a bidding war is going to end with somebody fucking holding a bag. That's it. So we will see. The Burry effect? I don't know. Oh no. VKTX now. They had their data this morning, and I think they're still going to show up at the obesity event. But remember, they're tied to all of it. Metsera's a obesity drug. Yeah, VKTX now and Eli Lilly. Yeah, Trump is going to go live, but he's just not there yet. I think this is the, but that's what I'm saying. I think this is the, how you say, the one with the you know, the people in the obesities, the Ozempic. Sweet greens before the bell. I was gonna say, you know, the market's open, right? But yeah, I'll check. Tell me, it might be tomorrow morning. Ask for look backs. I just don't want to do it, man. Not ask for look backs. That's it, man. So many people have just like copied me on some dumb shit. Can one of y'all make a brokerage? Why don't you copy the thing we need, you fucking Lord? Cause I don't want to do it, but I will at this point. Give me fucking 2 more weeks, dog. 2 more fucking weeks. I'm gonna open up a damn brokerage. That's it. And then I'm gonna fucking hire Ryan Cohen to do it. And then maybe you'll believe. Can you copy this part, you guys? This is the part you're supposed to copy. Anybody? Anybody? No? Okay. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I guess we might have to. But that's all the like liquid beverage companies are going up. I mean, Pfizer's probably benefiting off the drug event, but I also think it's the fact somebody's willing to pay for what they were just willing to buy for 50% lower. You know, think about it, because what would that mean? Or if the government sides in their favor, even though they updated the offer, if you have somebody willing to bid 50% higher, that company, they would have made like $10 billion or something. You see what I'm saying? I guess $4 billion. That's the difference. So now that would have been an instant in the money for Pfizer if the original deal went through. So I think it highlights good direction, good choice, but they have to get it. But then again, there's going to be a point where if you spend too much, it's going to backfire. Ask Sam. what? If you want to sell your shares, I'll sell them. Okay, calm down. Okay, they're not even real shares. What do you mean? The short sellers aren't real. What the fuck? What do you mean? It's an invisible short sale. How are you mad? Elon had to deal with real short sellers. What the fuck? Qualcomm Automotive is the fastest growing area. Well, look, we stayed pinned here coming in. We got 15 minutes in Euro. You're either going to hit VWAP and then dump after Euro, or you might dump a little bit here and then we'll bounce on Euro. Or it could just stay one direction all day like this. So those are your scenarios, but for now, I mean, notice this pin. Shit's moving around. Shit's changing, just like yesterday. That's how names went red and green. But then last time we did this yesterday to the upside, they like moved places and it was good, and then it just dumped. They might be benefiting off the DO one. Wait, okay, that was the old one. But yeah, Metsara got a higher bid. Yeah, wouldn't Tesla go up on that Qualcomm headline? But no, they're all whacked. Yeah, far at the money. I mean, even the near the money. Let me double check those other premiums. Some of them are decent, though, because you're still into the floor right now. What is it? 1.5 on the Nazi. You're about just under 1% on the SPY. I know. Do people typically short nonprofits? I have a thesis. I don't think they're going to make a profit this year. Well, that's not how a nonprofit works. I mean, but it's still. Man, why are you shorting the Salvation Army? What's wrong with you? What the fuck? They're not going to do well on the Christmas gift. This is bullshit. I bet you guys are going to see it soon. Give it a couple years. You're going to go on Wall Street Bets. You guys love reading those fucking erotica damn stock stories. And then he's going to be like, I found a new idea. Hear me out. There's a company. Although they make money, it's in the title. They're a non-profit. What do you think happens at non-profits? They don't profit. My short thesis revolves around this. And then he ends it with a shitty-ass daily option at the end. Y'all don't feel me. They don't. He's on Bloomberg. All right, there's your little flusher Rooney. So actually get ready though, because 67 like 13 or 21, and then you're gonna play the 6700 game. I mean, all gaps have been filled, I believe. You might be I don't know. This is the one that was in question. You guys remember this? I don't think you filled it, or you kind of did. Can we get closer? No, you didn't fill it, right? Yeah, bro. But that's after hours. So hold on. No, did you fill it? I don't know, man. That's tough. But other than that, you filled the other one earlier. UBS to liquidate funds with substantial first brand exposure. Nice. Is that shit coming back? Oh, well, watch KRE. They bought 2 weeks. China fentanyl tariffs have been cut to 10%. Wait, what? Well, K-Web and none of that's moving, but that sounds good. I don't know if that's old or new. Watch China on that. U.S. Post and Register order cutting fentanyl tariff to 10. Tariff cut was announced by Trump previously. Yeah. That was old. That's just gonna sound good, but it's old. Like, you should have known about it, apparently. I don't think it sounds new, but hey, that's what it says, previously announced. Yeah, I think it's just official now. Tell me why. I want it long, Jade. It was auto parts, I think. Or wasn't it clothing? I might be thinking of something else. I think one was clothing. There's another clothing company tied to all that. Oscar. The market is closed for Veterans Day, yes. Register order suspending China reciprocals. That's right, yeah, it's all fading still. So bonds are going up now. Again, you got first brand shit circulating again. So watch KRE if that starts to play out. Tell me why. It should have been, but remember, you know, if people freak out about it, if it leads to another one, we'll see. But you know, again, this is the environment. This last 2 weeks, remember, this is supposed to be bullish time. So they got everybody crowded in, and then we did dodge all of that news. Remember, all they said was, "No, we think he's good." And then it ripped. They were like, "No, we think he's fine." And then this time they kept it quiet. But I have been telling you, banks need your money, but nobody fucking listens to me. So, well, some do. They get really rich, but the general population ignores that one. And then Wall Street just acts like I don't say it, but then I know they hear me. I know you hear me. I know you hear me. Like, you guys, I love it, man. Because, like, if you don't like me, I'm so fucking annoying. But then some of y'all probably, I hope you enjoy it, man. I hope you enjoy the show. It's pretty cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? To just, like, watch the world react to us and shit. And then, like, you know, and you know what I'm saying? I think some of you guys have been having a great experience. So I hope you enjoy it. No, I think they closed the market on Veterans Day. There's options on the 11th? Well, shit. How come we don't get Veterans Day off? What kind of shit is that? Are you sure? Did Joe Biden change that or something? What am I missing? All right. Best big brother you never had. I hope so, man. And that's good. I like it, man. I told you. Them damn sparks create fire, bro. They don't get it. Nobody gets it until it's too late. But dog, for real, bro. Do you know how many people? Like, it's funny because y'all think I'm only like talking about like 1 or 2 people. You guys have no idea the volume. It's fucking unreal. Like, bro, but do you not realize it? And yeah, we're going down. We've talked about this all day today, and I've been monitoring premium. So if you're gonna freak out on a rant, you better fucking get a position. I call them the church place. If you're scared, go to church, baby. But yeah, dude, you guys have no idea. I love it. Cause like, I want you to either love me or hate me. You know why? You guys know that, right? I'm being very transparent. I want you to hate me. I want you to love me or hate me. That's it. If you're wise, you'll love me. If you're a fool, you'll hate me, but you're still doing the right thing. You know why? Because it's going to motivate you. You fucking idiots. That's why I like calling people fucking idiots. I really love people in real life. You know that. I've shown so much of my love. So, hey, man, I'm getting everybody off the fucking fence, dog. I'm going to tear it down. I'm going to light it on fire. When are y'all going to realize this? Because, bro, every time, bro, it happens every week. I be like banning motherfuckers. I'll be very direct and straightforward with them. You know what I'm saying? And they'll get pissed. And they'll get so pissed, bro. I just motivated them into working harder. They be like, I'm making a YouTube channel. I'm going to start fucking documenting everything. And I'm going to make a Substack. I fucking hate. I'm going to source information now. Good, bitch. Good. That's the plan. You don't get it? So yeah, but that's the thing. If you have indifference, if you just listen with like lukewarm, then yeah, you're fucked. I can't help you. Because even if you hate me, I'm motivating your ass. That's it. Now you got a little Josh chip on your shoulder. And now I'm going to push you in there. Now you're going to be like, man, I'm going to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to show him. I got y'all taking risk to prove me wrong. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Amen. I'd rather you fail quicker than not because you're going to learn. Al Tucher, it's an opinion. But yeah, they're saying Elon opinion on ASTS. Yeah, bro. That's what I said. So this is shit my dad would say. Because when I was young, bro, and like I would try to pull the liberal card on him. And I'd be like, you didn't do this. He'd be like, you're welcome. I teach you. It didn't matter if he did good or bad. My dad would be like, you're welcome. You could thank me for that. I feel the same now. I get it. I get what he was saying. I get what he was saying now. Because that's it, bro. You're going to get fucking motivated. I don't care. I don't care what the fuck you do. I don't care if you don't like. I'm glad you don't like me. I hope you don't like me enough with emotion and passion to get you fucking moving. I hope you're like, man, why? What the fuck? I'm going to go make a long. You know that? I had one kid make a long term. I'm not even fucking with you. He's like, I'm going to start my own long term with $200 a month. I'm like, good, bitch. That's the plan. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, you're welcome. That's it. And I like the love, too, but I don't want the fence. I'm burning down the fence, you guys. You ain't going to be on. Indifference is going to kill you. Some of this little hoopty, don't matter. So comfortable in the fucking middle, dog. We're going to light it on fire. That ain't gonna help nobody. You know what it feel like? This market. You see what I'm saying? This indifference where you're like high, you're not low, but you're not low. You're high, but you're not at the high. You know what I'm saying? It just kill premium, dog. Fuck that. Burn the fence down. Let's go. That's good, bro. You absolutely hated me years ago. Now I realize you've been right the whole time. We're a reflection of ourselves. If we hate you or anyone, it's a matter of ourselves. Listen, man. Whatever the reason, I don't even care. I want the fence burned down. That's it. That's all. As long as you guys get fucking moving. That's all I want. That's it. You'll thank me later, or you might not, or you might just end up into a career. Bro, I saw one of the other fucking white guys for Kamala. I'm so happy, bro. He dropped all of it, and now he just trades core weave. And he just, hey, you know, he might be kind of, that's a little, I don't know where that's going to lead him, but at the end of the day, bro, I love it. I got y'all pushed. I'm pushing y'all into fucking action. So that's good, bro. Like I said, I'm down to be the bad guy. But you know what? If I could get you moving and you could have a nice little invisible flame of proving me wrong or proving me right, my guy, it's going to push you. It's energy. So, welcome to the cult. Congratulations. That's what I'm saying, bro. Don't be a fucking idiot with this indifference or the fake love too. You're just gonna waste time. I'm speed running all of it. That's why you don't have to act like you're my friend. If all you wanted me to do was promote your little ass, it's okay. I'm not gonna do shit. You suck. Go start what you wanted to start and put all your effort into it. Everybody, you see what I'm saying? You don't need to. If you are just gonna fucking go from I love you to I hate you after I ban you, my guy, let me ban you now and let's get you started. And then you'll come back around, don't worry. And if not, you started something. That's a win. It's a win-win. That's all we gotta do. So yeah, I love it, bro. So I'm grateful for the opportunity. And I look forward to seeing y'all in the future. Long term saved my life. The call is being heard. That's what I'm saying, bro. So I don't know. I hope you know I don't get discouraged, and you shouldn't either, because I'm excited. You have no idea, bro. I may not agree with where they move to. Like I said, I don't care if you go left or right, but I'm very grateful people are getting off the fence. And whether it's a hatred of me, whether it's a motivation, a love, I don't know, anything but this fucking let's just chill here and do nothing. Let's just chill here and fucking be indifferent about everything while we are living through one of the craziest times. Amen. Let's go. Long term. One day. D's going up. All right, man. Euro closed a couple minutes ago. Well, let's see where this leads us now. Like I'm saying, you're either going to go back up and chill, or if it could stay one way. But you only went a little lower. That was kind of that one scenario. So it's already kind of looking different. Get them push-ups. You should. Hip-hop changed my life. Value, yeah, watch Staples because they were up, but... And then watch China. Trump should be on, but he's not. He rep Northside, but he rocked them braids. 700 fans on his MySpace page. Stack that cheese at 7,000 plays. I love that song, dude. Eli Lilly again, too. Something, stack that cheese. He couldn't think of nothing. Stack that cheese. I love it. Yogurt, protein. Dude, I was farting everywhere. That's what I say, bro. I had to show the farm. Dude, I felt... You guys want to know a funny story, bro? All right, market's going down, though. I don't know if some of you could handle a funny story right now. But, yeah. All right. All the out of the monies, every single new low. Actually, there's one set that is not out of the higher than yesterday. But, yeah, 5 minutes after Euro close now, you're dumping. Bonds are inversing perfectly. CEO Sarah says company isn't seeking government backstop, clarifying the story. Equal weight stopping. This has to be all tech. He couldn't think of nothing. Stack that cheese. I have a really funny story yesterday. It has to do with the yogurt farts. The watch list to the Chad subscription are only locked in. I think for the end of the year, only on locked in. It's not even a watch list. It's just random. And then we'll decide at next year. I'll make another video. Just like I remember, I announced the end of the watch list at the beginning of this year. TAC, remember them? They, damn. This is down 14? I dumped some of those yesterday. But yeah, that was the energy one with Facebook. But so I'm showing the damn property, and like the guy is like in the backyard, right? And he's chilling. I'm like, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm like, dude, I'm farting everywhere. I'm like, all right, like I have to fart, right? And dog, I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, right before I start pissing, dog, I just let out the craziest fart. And it's hella quiet. It's up, we up in the fucking Farmville. This is damn, it's all empty, right? And then I let out the wildest fart, bro. And it echoed and everything. And then I look up and I'm like, oh shit. The window was open. And right behind the window is the damn backyard. So he definitely... I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, damn, I was trying to be considerate, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I gotta go pee, let me go to the bathroom. But no, I'm sure he definitely heard. I think it shook the house, but he definitely heard it. So I was like, damn, I didn't know the window was open. I didn't think I'd be exposed like that. Well, Fed Williams model-based neutral rate estimates are around 1%. Or bond market suggests higher R-star. I discount that. That's kind of bullish. But algos don't like you talking neutral rate. No, he's not trying to buy it. He wants to rent. He wants to rent the horse shit. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Is horse shit booming right now? Because I keep hearing it. I feel like Mitch put me on, and I don't know. I don't know if it's because I keep looking at it, but I don't know why. I feel like everybody wants a horse and horse property and all that. All right, man. Bonds are going up a little bit more now, so it's all mainly tech. Wait till if Apple gives up, just like the Google, you're going to go down more. You got a couple on staples, but everything's already down. So you are going one way straight down for now, but yeah, you have 82 red on the Nazi. Dow's still the same, 21 in the red. And then 324 in the red on the SPY. He couldn't think of nothing. Yeah, bro, fuck this. Even then, you broke the mid-monies. Dude, you made 10%. It's terrible. That's what I'm saying. If you bought the highs on the other day, you have to buy it on the opposite. Okay, guys? So I don't want you to play these ones. I'm just trying to show this is for everybody. Even I shouldn't be giving it to the long term because you guys are going to gamble. I don't want you to have this play. I want you to understand if you're only buying it on the red day, you're only making 10%, 20%. If you buy it at the very bottom, like you see what I'm saying? You buy a call today while we're still down, that's how you're going to capture that move. But then like I'm saying, wait till this fucking bounces. And these are near the money. Go look at anything out of the money, you guys. It didn't fucking move. So you could have caught the whole entire 1% move today. And if you bought an out of the money volatility play or even a put, you didn't make money. So this is what I'm saying. Although we could ask questions, why is it doing it? This ain't real. This ain't real velocity. So unfortunately, you just got to be mindful and timely about that. And like I'm saying, you got to operate accordingly. So if you think it's going to rip, you buy your calls when this is red, or you're going to buy this at the end of the day. And vice versa. If you really think it's going to go down, if you want to capture the downside, you have to go near the money or in the money. Or you're going to have to wait till it bounces, and then that's exactly what we were saying, last 24, 48 hours. I said just wait for a green day if you really want to get the puts and go to church. So, yeah. Something. Stack that cheese. MTC, that was the one yesterday. Horse stuff's a way for the rich to diversify. It's very broad though, man. Like I've seen like expensive horse stuff, but then there's been some people like they just love horses, and like I even think it's a bad financial decision. So yeah. Well, you have a lot of names that could go green. You have a lot of room. You literally have 80 names that could go green by the end of today. So that's a lot of juice. But then at the same time, this type of setup, you might just go straight down. Your post row, you didn't even get the bounce. Look, you're not even getting like a little mini bounce up there. This might just go the opposite, just like yesterday. Instead of doing something like this where you kind of melt up, you are melting down. And now you're lower. But look how much lower this is. Like I'm saying, if you bought your puts yesterday at the high, you made 50%. But if you bought a put on fucking Tuesday at any fucking level, you made 10, 20%. I mean, you could have done anything to make 10%. So that's kind of the issue there. But then again, you want to capture dollar for dollar, you got to go in the money. Or you could do futures. But then again, if you do futures and it bounces, you're going to pay for that too. So hope it helps. Trump should be live. He was supposed to be live at 11. Bayer Hartman to replace Wolfgang Nickel as CFO in March. Going lower. I'm showing you options with time. So the weeklies and other stuff will operate a little differently, just sped up on meth. But the ones with time should be holding better. So that's why I'm using that one as an example for you. The connection cutting out. Mine hasn't today, but I forgot about AWS. I wouldn't put it on I wouldn't ignore it, but today we haven't had any reports. I plan on taking a 2-week break, yes. So I thought I'd go at the beginning of December, but I might go like second week of December, and then I'm gonna also take off the first week of January, because nobody fucking comes back. So we'll see though. I might even go earlier or later. I'll flip a coin or something. Celsius was down. Again, a lot of consumer stocks. I mean, that's just the reality as of the live. Remember that market breadth, that terrible rally. You know, it was a good rally, but nobody was participating except big tech. That really said a lot. And then, you know, this conversation we've had today about just in general, like the benefits, the shutdown, you know, that was part of yesterday, and it influenced some things in stocks. But even today, you know, it's something similar. And that's why, like, all these companies that have that exposure, I mean, they've played accordingly. Bitcoin 100. Something, stack that cheese. Bitcoin. Fed Williams, low R-star era, I think is still with us. We still need to be focused on effective bound. He has a little bit more importance, surprisingly. It's already 8:40. Yeah, the government gives away free horses. You just have to train them. They're not trained. But yeah, there is horse oversupply. But then some horses go for like 100K. The difference is the difference. All right, you're going slower on equal weight, but now that's starting to go. That was, again, last minute or two here. If Apple goes, that's where the tech is going to get really clapped. Okay, China's back to red on K-Web. Baba's still up. I said it this morning. I hope my title of today, I hope it challenged them to give us some action. That's weird. Why are so many people joining the stream all of a sudden? That's so weird, guys. What could be happening? So, you guys make sure you look at your own platforms so that you can, follow through. I don't know if 3% day, give it like, you got to hit like 2% pretty early. Yeah, there was the Cyber, Logi, and Navi. But more staples. So weird. Dude, the staples are just chilling. A couple of them fell. Remember, Pepsi and Coke are up. So that kind of that's just odd for the narrative. Target got washed. Where's Wally World? So that means they really got hyped on that. But then Walmart didn't go down at all. Yeah, dude, I think ELF is about to go lower than, the valuation of Cody. It's getting there. That plus a Cadillac on these. Is it 16? Yeah, 67.13-ish. You're getting there. And then that'll go 67.07, then 67. And then, yeah, we'll see. But then I think if you go lower, you start going like 50 points at a time. That's what I'm saying. 6,700 is kind of... You'll go like 25 points and then 50 at a time. It's your biggest day in all of them. It really wasn't much, you guys. It's a mix of tech. All the earnings have been good. We're wrapping it up, but you did have front runs and hype yesterday. So, but like I said, I think if we get one more downside or a big enough downside, just get ready to be called a panicking. But other than that, I think tech, it's not as bad as some of the other days, ironically. Because like I'm saying, this is mostly tech rather than 400 names. But everybody's down, but it's not in the same way. You know, just a couple weeks ago, those 400 names were like dumping. So they're just near the floor today, but it's not operating the same way. Hence, you know, some of those names we just saw in the green. Yeah, you got Fed Williams. He said, model says productivity boosts real rates. We need to be effective, focused on the effective lower bound. Again, like anytime you did bring up neutral rate and all that, so that could have that effect. Diamond says, don't know how the stable coins will play out. Trump, the Democrats will terminate the filibuster in the first hour if and when they assume control or power. Republicans have what the Democrats want. We should do it now and have the greatest 3 years in history. Okay. That plus a black Cadillac on these. Go. All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Follow me on Instagram at the Trading Fraternity. I don't know when your boy's supposed to go on. He was supposed to be here like an hour ago. He's not.
Jesus. Praise God. Amen, amen. It's a call, baby. Ay. Yeah. If we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there. I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared. Big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear. No fear. Oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting. Nah. It's done. Daddy said it's finished. Made me in his image, but that always made me timid. Wonder why we different, don't you ever get it twisted. It's the only way we get it. Set apart from the start, and the heart isn't ours. It's a hippie with the love, but it's David with the sword. I want peace, so that means you gon' kill me if it's war. Nietzsche, Trotsky, can't beach on the ark. Want it easy or hard, want a genie or a god, then believe me, lil' bro, you a child, you a son of the highest in the bud. Don't deny it, we don't like it when they tell us who we are. I can tell you who I was, I can tell you who he is. I can make another song that's telling y'all about the crib, but for a second, keep it real, that's not the reason they will kill. It's the freedom in believing, they want death to bring the will. But I'd rather have it now, and I ain't never backing down. Lion gonna eat me or turn his ass around. Either way, I will remain up in his name and say it proud. Here, let's say it now, Jesus. I put Jesus on the beat so I can listen to it. I got reason to believe that we living in it. You could say it's one hell of a decision in it. Ayy, if we talking plays, yeah, I'm in there like swimwear. I've been there, I've done this shit for 10 years. You could have it all, but you been scared, big scare. Funny part, there wasn't even risk there. My thoughts been my own, yeah, I've been clear, no fear. Oh dear, who you try to control here? My God is the weapon, I ain't boasting.
They're ending the free tax filing experiment. It's ended by Trump admin. Wow. I put Jesus on the beat so I can listen to it. Alright, hold on, stop. Get you some propaganda.
And of course, as the AV market develops, and we've been very purposeful about the partnerships that we are entering, we're absolutely going to do that in certain cities as we scale, as we learn. Baidu, as you mentioned, is a portion of that. We'll be doing a little bit of that in some of our other partnerships. So it's something, again, we know how to do. We still see ourselves long-term as an asset-light company, but as the industry develops, we're going to make some of those investments.
What's interesting is I think it's by 2027 you want some of these AVs on the road. I mean, Uber's got a commitment for 100,000 car goal by 2027. How realistic are these, Erin?
I'm not going to comment on necessarily their goals, but we absolutely see if you might, look 5-7 years down the road, perhaps 10% of the volume we serve could be served through AVs, both a combination of partnerships that we're in and maybe assets that we own. So it's a huge opportunity. I think the other important thing in that stat, though, is you're still going to see huge volume served by drivers. That's why we're really focused on the hybrid network. That's what's going to make the difference and be economically viable.
Erin, very quickly, what's the timeline to integrate the chauffeuring business into the core Lyft app, if at all?
Well, look, it augments what we've been growing in terms of our own business. We have high-value modes, premium modes on our platform today. They're up 50% year over year in Q3. So this is a great extension to, continue to build out that offering. As it relates to the way that TBR Global Chauffeuring will operate, they've got incredible clients all around the world. It's a fantastic business. It's not going to be on the app in the near term, but the synergies that we see with the 1,500 independent fleet operators that they engage with across the globe, we're going to drive some synergies there, and the service capability they bring to our company is incredible.
Erin Brewer, a joy to have you on the show. Thank you, CFO.
Thank you. Thanks, Carolyn.
Lyft.
Thank you, Ed.
Stay well. Meanwhile, Ed, that does it for this edition of Bloomberg Tech Earnings Thick and Fast.
Earnings thick and fast. There's a lot more to come. Musk pay vote after the bell. Check out the pod. Shout out the pod. Lots of you listen to the pod. You know where to find it. It's on all the Bloomberg places and on the internet that we're listing on your screen right now. Have a great afternoon. This is Bloomberg Tech.
I mean, fuck your podcast. You guys are literally listening to me. Your employees are in the chat, and they say hello to me. They don't even hide it. I love you guys. Get a lot
moves of the day continuing to be tied.
Hold on, I had to
earnings
eat
reports.
yogurt so I could keep farting everywhere.
On the day. Right now, shares of Duolingo are down by roughly 29% after the language learning platform company reported better than expected quarterly results and raised its revenue forecast. But its estimate for current quarter bookings fell short of consensus estimates. That's the big drop there in Duolingo shares, down 29%. Then you've got shares of Fortinet, which are also lower in the day to the tune of roughly 7%. The cybersecurity company beat estimates for its profits and revenues, but it lowered its full-year revenue guidance, and its current quarter billings guidance also came in below consensus estimates, so that's leading to the Fortinet down about 7%. And we'll end on a positive note amid some of this market weakness going on. Shares of Snapchat parent company Snap Inc. are higher to the tune of roughly 9% on better than expected quarterly results, and it also unveiled a $500 million share buyback program. It also gave stronger current quarter guidance. Snap also said that Perplexity AI will pay it $400 million to integrate the AI startup's search capabilities into the Snapchat social media platform. So a speck of green, up 9% for Snap amidst a sea of red. Sarah, Carl, I'll send things back over to you guys.
Okay, thank you, Dom. Programming note, do not miss big day tomorrow from Pebble Beach, part of Citigroup's TMT conference. I'll be there with top executives. We'll be interviewing from Citigroup, OpenAI, IBM. That'll be on Squawk on the Street. Then right here on Money Movers, Altimeter's Brad Gerstner on what he thinks about all this AI bubble talk. And then Palantir CEO, the always outspoken Alex Carr.
Yeah, Gerstner tried to get some answers out of OpenAI the other day. It'll be good to see what he thinks about that. As for levels, we're about 60 points on the S&P away from the 50-day, which would be the first time we've hit it since April, where even some of the tactical bears have argued, got to get back there to really find some strong buying activity, but we'll see.
You've been above the 50-day on the SPY since like 2011. I'm not really into technicals, but I think that's true.
With earnings reactions in focus. I mean, we just talked to Tapestry industry as an example, the setup is difficult with these stocks rallying so hard. Some of them, you know, they're not, it's a sell the news kind of event, even on a beat and raise quarter. We're seeing that with Ralph Lauren. You saw it earlier in the week with Palantir. You saw it with AMD as well. So that's been sort of a common theme as, you know, stocks sit near record highs.
You took the exam again?
We're getting these sharper pullbacks.
Right.
Good
And
shit.
then, of course, a paucity of data when it comes to labor. A lot of things speak today. Bars on the
Jesus
tape
song
right
is
now.
on SoundCloud.
Talking about exactly what we've been discussing all morning long, and that is that.
All right. My bad. I needed a yogurt, a carbo. I needed liquid. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fuel the machine, dude. David Sachs says there will be no federal bailout for AI. So there's definitely going to be a federal bailout, just not now. So I think in like 4 years maybe. I don't know. It depends. I mean, you guys remember that talk? They called it the big beautiful bet. Remember I sat you guys down and I was like, hey man, how much do you guys really believe in AI? Because, like, you got to think about it. Without the AI spend, you would have already been clapped. You guys realize that, right? So think about it. We've got to do 1 year probably since we had that talk, just under that. But think of, like, actually, like, billions, if not trillions of dollars have been spent on this. And then go look at everything else, the other 493. But it's like, straight up, you don't, like, yeah, bro, everything has been that. It's all been the spend. Without it, you know, I think you would have been in a much different scenario. Millions and billions and billions. Elijah Lilly. Oh, bigger pop on Elijah Lilly. Hey, yo, why? So again, I don't, and NVO too. So the news, oh wow, NVO way bigger. Oh fuck, I want to play the Lilies because NVO kind of sucks there. All right, if you're gonna do it, you have to. But yeah, that one, or it depends which one you're going to get. I don't even know what it is. That's too big, though, for how much it's already priced in. You already have way too many of these priced in. That's kind of odd. Oof, I don't know if you could do... Yeah, the Eli Lilies have a couple farther out the money, but I don't know. I don't know. That's a fat candle. Considering that most of this shit has already been priced in, I don't think those should have went. We just jacked up one of the bids. I put a lot of time on that beat. Yeah, near the money, better than that. Is that another biotech? I have no idea what it is. Senior officials announced 2 deals, including that's so there has to be something else. Otherwise, it's gonna fade. But like I'm telling you, that we already knew. That's what Trump is coming on for. Is he live? So he has to be adding to it. Yeah, here it is.
At drastic discounts, very effective drugs. And
he has no idea what he's saying. He's just reading it.
I only hear good about him. Is there anything bad about him, Bob?
Is there anything bad? Okay, at least he said it. Yeah,
Someday
GLP-1s for 150.
Which will notify you immediately. but so far I haven't heard that.
There's something else a part of it, man.
Zepbound and
I think it's across Medicare and Medicaid. Cash market will be at a manufacturer pricing.
It's a triumph for American patients.
There's something else in there, bro. I'm telling you, that's way too. All of this shit's been priced in for 3 days.
Millions of Americans. Amazing thing. They are amazing. I want to thank Eli Lilly CEO David Ricks, a friend of mine. We've worked long and hard. He and I got this whole thing started in a way. And Novo Nordisk CEO Mike Dustar for joining us today.
3-year tariff reprieve on NVO. There you go. That's the new part.
I looked at the money, but they're entitled to the money because the companies are doing very well.
Yeah, and they're for it. You showed them some love. But yeah, that's the new info. And even then, I still think there has to be something else. That's unusual.
Okay, good. CMS Administrator Mehmet Oz, he doesn't take it. Food and Drug Administrator Commissioner Marty McCary and Director of Medicare Chris Klump. And we have Steve. Where's Steve? Is he here? Head of Public Relations for the White House. He's taking it. The United States is
why are you exposing all of their medications, dog?
And consumes only 13%.
Fucking fill me.
Prescription drugs.
Thank you.
Pharmaceutical.
All right, I made 100% on those. Make them free.
From the American customer.
If you got one, I didn't grab Lilly. I grabbed NVO. I wanted the Lilly.
Not so
Watch GSK now too.
It's not exactly great. To address this chronic unfairness, I signed an executive order earlier this year instructing my administration to do everything in our power to implement most.
I don't like the GSKs as much. Again, a good Lilly, but you got to go in the money, and it was way more expensive. But the NVO's had some cheap ones.
Because when nations refuse to do it, we should have put this.
But yeah, there might be something more. Pfizer is going, and Abivi.
We're going to charge you a like amount of tariffs, and they immediately say we'll do it, which means that Americans should pay no more than the lowest price offered anywhere in the world. So that you've heard for years the disparity where you'll pay $150 for a pill in New York and you'll pay $10 for a pill in London. Now you're going to pay $20 both, because the world is a little bit bigger than the U.S., so it goes up that way. But you'll pay $20 and $20. A tremendous advantage to.
Yeah, again, we already made NVO free.
Years.
Anything you have to get in the money. That's what I'm saying. Even when I was shopping for those, they weren't looking good.
EMD, Serrano have agreed to drastically lower their prices for American patients. And today,
GSK?
Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk are joining the phenomenal list of the most exciting announcements. I mean, nobody's ever had announcements like. And this has to do with other.
No, I think it'll come back down. Eli Lilly still has to go through.
But we're
or NVO might have one more thing in the way.
Seller, I guess it's the
remember, it's all the same price.
Thing there is today.
That faded quick.
These are two companies that behind the groundbreaking weight loss drugs that have helped millions of Americans struggling with obesity live better, longer lives, everything else. These are the two companies that really broke ground. Until now, neither of these two popular drugs have been covered by Medicare.
That's Sara too now.
And they've only rarely been covered by Medicaid. They've often cost consumers more than $1,000 per month, and some a lot more than that. Americans have been spending as much as 520% more for Zepbound and 1,400% more for Wegovy than patients in Europe. Think of that. 1,400% more than a patient in Europe for the exact same box. And that ends starting today. The other countries are not happy with us. I don't think they like me too much, Bobby, but that's okay. Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk are committing to offer Zepbound and Wegovy at most favored nations rates for American patients. This will slash the cost of Wegovy from $1,350 a month to ultimately $250 a month. $1,350 to $250. Did I do a good job? They don't write about it. You know, they like to not write these things. And reduce, you think Biden could have done this? I don't think so. And reduced the monthly cost of Zepbound from $1,080 to $340.
You would think price fixing would be bad for them, but not if someone's eating your market share.
Future GLP-1
See what I'm saying?
weight loss drugs taken
But then no tariff is going to help
which
too.
are currently under development will be sold at no more
But like
than
if they did price fixing in the early
$149
days,
per
that would
month.
be bad. But
It's a massive.
this is now the back end of the
Think of that. You
Ozempic
go
craze.
from $1,300 to $149 a month. We anticipate these new versions will be coming out in a very short period of time. All
You're
of
gonna
these
time
drugs
how
will
fast
be
I am?
available directly to the consumer.
You called it
at
out and made a play in under 8 seconds.
TrumpRx.gov.
You found out
Trump,
in under
they wanna use
27.
my name.
Nice.
Trump.
I feel like I was
gotta be
slow.
good.
I hesitated because I looked at
TrumpRx.gov.
Eli Lilly
I think
first.
it's turning out to be pretty amazing, right, us?
Because I wanted the
Just
Eli
as
Lilly's, but
significantly, Medicare and
yeah,
Medicaid
the NVO
will
had it.
finally
But
cover
again, it looked
costs of
unusual.
these
That's why it
weight
went
loss
so
drugs
quick.
for millions of patients suffering from obesity. Co-pays for Medicare patients will be as low as $50.
But again, near the money, man. That's
This
it.
is tremendous savings. I mean, now you're talking about from $1,350 to $50. This is tremendous news for the American
Pfizer
seniors.
doesn't move. That's why I'd be
You all
very
remember
careful.
what I-
That's why if you
1/8
listen,
of
I mean, here,
1% for
guys.
the year. I cut it 1/8, and I was so thrilled. But now we're cutting it 1,000%, 1,200%. Nobody's ever seen anything like this. Nobody else could have done it, but I say that modestly. In addition, you think it was easy dealing with these people?
It was
wasn't.
leading prior.
You think it was easy saying your drug, Mr. Eli Lilly, that we're selling for $1,300 is going to be.
Okay, he's like,
sold
this
for
guy's
$250.
taking it.
You know the amazing thing.
Med
the
Sara,
stocks all
big
went up.
drop.
I mean, these guys are.
So see, that
If
could
it
probably be
is.
your Pfizer.
Because it's going to equalize the world. The world's a
That's not
bigger
too bad
place,
yet, though.
and it's going to equalize.
Spies
I was a
going
little
up
surprised
too.
to see that, but
Literally,
I'm happy
healthcare and
about it.
biotech.
In addition,
leading
Eli
shit.
Lilly and Novo Nordisk have agreed to provide all of their other medications to Medicaid at most favored nations prices. Most favored
Google
nations.
Poly
meaning
Market odds will be
that you will
integrated
pay
in
the
the
lowest
search and
price
Google
anywhere in the
Finance.
world. That's what
And
you're
then
gonna
y'all
pay.
ban Josh?
Whereas
What the
before,
fuck,
they paid low
Google?
prices and we paid
Praise the Lord.
thousands of percentile ahead.
They're not really moving
More.
off of that.
And to sell these drugs to all consumers at deeply
GDRX
discounted
is just, that
prices
one's going to
via
get a fucking rumor every time.
TrumpRx.com.
So,
When is
it usually fade. I hate that
TrumpRx.com
one.
opening?
The site is open.
It might go, though,
Launch
eventually.
in
If I
terms of
start to
giving
hate it,
people
it might
prices
hit.
before the
But
end of the year.
that's all you, baby
You
boo.
gotta make sure it's successful. It's got my name on it. I don't want to be like so many others. I don't want to be like the train they're building in California. Okay, which has
He said it
about
had my name on it. I need it. It had to
15,000%
be good.
cost overrun. Or the Obama, the beautiful Obama building that he's building in Chicago for the museum, which is now shuttered up and dead. They got it up, and they couldn't finish. It's about, would you say, 5 years behind schedule? And about 2,000% over budget. Then he tells us how to run Medicaid. Many of the most widely used drugs will be available for 60% off, or even more than that. In addition, all new medications introduced by Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk to the American market will be sold at the heavily reduced most favored nations price. Most favored nations price, that's the best. Because they have been thousands of percent lower than what we were selling in many cases. Furthermore, Eli Lilly is investing $27 billion.
Ah.
That's all? And Novo Nordisk
That's all?
will invest $10 billion. That's all? That's peanuts.
Yeah!
In the United States to reshore and do a
Dog,
big domestic
peanuts.
manufacturing job in the
Trump, we're
facilities.
poor,
They're gonna spend-
dude.
so
Come on.
Eli Lilly
The
spent
fuck?
$27 billion.
Someone tell him.
Novo is spending $10 billion in the United
Dog,
States.
we're not.
So
What do
they're
you
building
mean?
New
The
plant
fuck?
and equipment. That's part of what will be 20 or 21 trillion dollars this year. There's never been anything like it. I know nobody talks about it, but there's never been anything like, I would say, you would say, that there's never been anything like this ever in, whether it's China or Europe, or you could take all of Europe, there's never been anything like this. So we're already past 17 trillion. We're gonna be, I think by the time the year closes out, we'll have investments of over $21 trillion based on the way we're going. And by the way, tariffs are very important. Without tariffs, perhaps it could be a little bit different, to put it mildly. Tariffs are so important. The decision in the Supreme Court would be devastating to our country if we got a negative, devastating if we got a negative decision. But this is a great day for American health and healthcare, and for all of American patients. These are things that are miracles to have this happen. And we're bringing all our medicines, again, because of tariffs, we're bringing all our medicines. If you remember where during COVID, we made almost no medicine here. We had to go to China, we had to go to Ireland, we had to go to other places, UK, to get our medicine. We didn't make it here. Now we're making it, we'll soon be making it all here, again, because of tariffs. And my election, but because of tariffs much more. For years, politicians have talked about making healthcare affordable, but my administration is actually doing it. Americans deserve the best healthcare in the world, and we're now getting the best healthcare at the lowest price. So I'd like to ask somebody who's doing a fantastic job, Secretary Kennedy, to say a few words, followed by Dr. Oz, Dr. Klopp, and then Eli Lilly, CEO David Ricks, and Novo Nordisk CEO Mike Dustar. These are incredible stars in that business. Like Dustar is a big star. And I can tell you that David Ricks is one of the hottest people in the world in business, but the business that he's in is pharmaceutical. And the job he's done with Eli Lilly is incredible. Both of these gentlemen, they really are stars in the truest sense. And it's an honor to have you in the White House, and go to it, Bobby.
Bobby, can you help us?
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to start by thanking you, Mr. President, for declaring war on chronic disease in this
Hey, yo,
country.
Chad, get ready for a shot
no
put.
American president has ever done.
I see it coming.
If we want to
Somebody's going to make a very original joke about Homeboy's voice. Even though I banned most of the people already. Just get ready for it.
Number one driver of chronic disease.
Yeah, GD, I don't know why I have this fucking GDRX shit up there.
Our,
Eli, it might be sell the news.
population are
Again, I'm
obese
glad I
or
made that one
overweight.
free already, but NVO's holding up a little better.
Of healthcare costs in this country, diabetes, cardiac diseases, we are going to see a decline because of this historic agreement. We're going to see a decline in costs, but also, more importantly, in the afflictions themselves. There are, President Trump is the friend of the forgotten American. Obesity is a disease of poverty, overwhelmingly. And these drugs have only been available for people who have wealth. At one point, the majority of prescriptions, the highest concentration of prescriptions in this country, was the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And what about the people who live in rural areas, who live in food deserts? What about the people in urban areas who live in food deserts and are suffering from obesity?
Yeah, Eli Lilly could be sell the news, but like I was saying, in the beginning, it looks so different, at least NVO.
This will be a lifesaver to them.
Man, maybe we could get it down.
It's not a panacea. It's not a silver bullet. President Trump has also instructed us to address and end the root causes of chronic disease, and we're doing that. We're about to release dietary guidelines that are going to change the food culture in this country. They're going to change the kind of food the military gets. They're going to change the kind of food that our children get. We're releasing those in December. The Presidential Council for Physical Fitness is going to get more Americans into, particularly our children, into physical activity so that we can attack the root causes of this. But in the meantime, there's nothing more important than we can do than lower this price. As I said, it is the number one cost of
They're all
drugs.
Slipping now. It's all turning to sell the news.
In our country.
I'd give it a sec. You're going to have it stop, and then you'll get one more.
Announcements we've made, this is going to have the biggest impact on the American people. All Americans, even those who are not on Medicaid and Medicare, are going to be able to get the same price for their drugs, for their GLP drugs. This happened because of the vision of David Ricks, of Mike Dustar, and the other people, and the people on our team who figured out a way to align the interests of the
Look, even the
shareholders
spy,
of
bro,
our
you can't even get a
company
bid off of that.
with the health of the American public. And it is a momentous accomplishment. It took months and months of negotiations. And I had a wonderful conversation with Mike Dustar about his experience. And he thanked me for the caliber of people were on our side of the negotiating team. Chris Klump walked away from $1 billion business in order to join this administration. Emma Hernandez, David Brooks, and of course, Dr. Oz and Marty McCary, who made this happen. They saw that this could be a win-win situation, that this was not a zero-sum game. The Biden administration tried to solve this problem unsuccessfully, I might add, by throwing $40 billion at it. And they were able to achieve an agreement that will actually create savings for the American
again, I
public.
think some we didn't.
So we're making
there
all
has to
this
be one more
available
part, but
at
now we
base
don't get
savings, and that's
anything
because
besides what we already knew.
the price of
I think
diabetes
it's gonna die.
prescriptions is also going to drop. And the savings that we get from that are now going to make it available to people who do not have diabetes. People who have a BMI of 27 and above, or pre-diabetic, or have heart disease risk, they will be able to get it, but everybody will be able to get this drug, and it's going to change. We will lose, the American public, because of this agreement, will lose 125 million pounds.
I didn't think
by
he
this
was
time
down. I
next
didn't
year.
think they liked
It is
GLP-1
gonna have
for
dramatic
obesity
effects
like that.
on human health.
I
in
know it
this
has good
country.
effects, but
And I want to
I mean,
thank
remember, it was a
President Trump
diabetes drug.
for his leadership. He said that I got
He
a
seems
lot
pretty
done
bullish
as
on the whole-
HHS secretary.
I guess lack
But
of
almost none
obesity
of
does
that
help
is due
everything
to
else.
my ability. It's because I'm surrounded by people who are smarter than me, who are more able than me, and those people came into the administration because they were inspired by President Trump.
Shut
People
up.
like Chris Klump are here because they
got
see
him.
this.
You think they are smarter than you and
Yeah.
more able? No.
Believe me, they're a lot smarter than I am.
Why did you take that job? He doesn't really mean that he's being modest, I promise you, but
It is true, unfortunately.
it's a beautiful thing.
But I want to thank you, Mr. President, because you've made me a success here by allowing me to attract these extraordinary people. And I want to again thank David Ricks, who we've been in this Oval Office again and again. You keep saying he's the smartest guy in industry, that he could talk a dog off a meat truck. But it came to the table, and Mike Newstar told me, he
Well,
said,
you convinced people for 20 years that it was okay for Europe to pay $10 and for America to pay $140. That's why they make 45, 50 million a year. He did. Finally, I said, I got it, right? You did. He did. But anybody can do that, and they're entitled. But now it's down to what it should be.
and Mike Newstar told me what a pleasure it was to negotiate with people who were smart, who had common sense, who were able to put themselves in his position and hammer out this deal that is
Yeah,
good
it
for
works.
everybody.
That's why I think
It's
the way
great for the American
RFK is
public.
talking
I
about
want to
it.
close again by
I feel
just
like it's
saying
gonna be like
that this is a
government
tool that's
recommended
okay.
in a weird way.
It is not a silver
Like I
bullet.
feel like instead of
It
now
is an
celebrities
arrow
and
in
how
our
it
quiver.
started,
It will allow a
it
lot
sounds
of
like
people
you
who
have
are
the
locked
full
into
backing of the
high-risk
government and the
obesity
health
to
department of
finally
being like,
lose
yeah,
weight, to reset,
this is
and then
what you
start doing
want.
the kind of things
that
will
I didn't really
address the
expect.
root causes
Just
of
hearing him talk
obesity.
about it.
So I want to thank
Because most people are like, yeah, obesity
extraordinary
through like
CEOs,
diet
for
changes,
that, for
exercise,
sticking with
all
us
of
on
that.
this,
But then he's saying
for
like, yo,
allowing
what
us
this
to
drug
make
will
this
do.
happen. Mike Newstar said to me, he said, we've known we've had to do this for many years. We just haven't been able to get over the edge, and that this President Trump's order, his executive order,
Yeah, it's
was
the
a
opposite. He's
catalyst
saying that
to do something
that there will
we
be a deal.
always knew needed
So
to
even
be
if it's
done.
not covered by
Well,
Medicare,
again,
Medicaid,
thank
I
you
think
for your
those who
vision,
have
for your
it,
commitment,
or even if
and
the
thank
last
all
letter said it
CEOs
wasn't,
and
like this,
all of my team
this should cover it
for
now.
making this
And set
historic
the price to
agreement happen.
150.
You haven't changed your view on Tylenol for women that are pregnant?
No, as I said,
Oh shit.
There's some false reports out about Tylenol.
Check Kenview. I mean, they already got the buyout, but he said no.
I'm not going to change until the science changes, and the science does not look like it's changing. It's getting stronger and stronger. Every day, what we recommend is that mothers, pregnant mothers, talk to their physicians, that the mothers of small kids talk to their physicians, and we've advised the physicians to reduce the thresholds and to reduce the amount of Tylenol that they give to children as much as possible, and only use it when it's absolutely critical.
So we're going to go through some of the deal points, but it does make itself clear that the real stake here is the forgotten man. President Trump, I believe you won the election because you remember the forgotten man. You speak to them, they hear you, they listen to you, and he connects well because he actually does things that materially change their lives. Secretary Kennedy spoke passionately, as he always does, about the problems with obesity. And just to put some very fine point numbers on this, obesity itself is responsible for half of all chronic disease and definitely generates more than a quarter of all the money we spend out of CMS, to $1.75 trillion.
They getting forced to steal burgers.
We need to address this tempest.
I don't know about that, man.
Dramatically increasing prices for
I thought he was about to say crime, dog. They're like, in crime and obesity causes illegal immigration. What?
And pharmaceutical prices are a part of that. They've been a part of it for a long time, but this president insisted that we address it. In fact, the first time I heard this directly from you, sir, was in January at Mar-a-Lago, where he took Secretary Kennedy, myself, Mr. Ricks, who you'll hear from in a second, to dinner, and demanded explanations for most favored nation pricing and what's wrong with it. And there was not a good reason against it. Now, MAHA is critical. America will have to get fit in order to right-size the healthcare system, and MAHA has the answers. It has obesity management through diet and exercise and sleep and dealing with issues related to that. And I want to say it as clear as I can, obesity is not an absence of GLP-1 drugs. We're all clear on that. But as Secretary Kennedy said, it is an arrow in our quiver that we must use and should use. The MAHA movement means making it easier for the right things to happen, easier for you to be healthy. If you're sitting at home and watching, that's what MAHA means to me. Reducing costs of the number one most expensive medicine category in our country for Americans does just that. It is as MAHA as it gets. Today's the fourth MFN. President Trump highlighted the first three. Leading U.S. company, leading European company. We've dropped in fertility drugs, so we'll make lots of Trump babies, I'm hoping, by the midterms. But it's really about fairness. Fundamentally, it's fairness in pricing to Americans who have been getting ripped off, paying 3 times more than their European counterparts for the exact same product made in the same factory, in the same bottle, in the same packaging. We shouldn't be paying 3 times more, and we are no longer doing that. Fairness to the forgotten man also means dealing with the reality that they can afford a life-saving, life-changing drug that 10% or more of affluent Americans take, but folks without means can't manage it. Secretary Kennedy mentioned New York City. Actually, the number one zip code is the Upper East Side, which is where you have property. And folks who know ritzy areas buy.
So everybody who voted for Mamdani is on Ozempic?
Worth a lot there.
They don't give a fuck about the healthcare costs?
For purchasing GLP-1
Wait, they're
drugs.
already
The
rich?
fact that we have an
inherently
unfair system that penalizes folks who can use these medications the most. Folks in the Rust Belt. Now, what are you supposed to do if the right thing to do for your health is right there, but you can't afford to get it? Folks need to be able to utilize these life-saving medications, and being fair about its distribution is essential. And we are democratizing access to these medications and dealing with a moral imperative.
Can we get look-back options?
To make sure that all Americans have access to avoiding all the obesity-related complications by making sure they can afford, if they do things right, not just MAHA-appropriate interventions, but also medications like this. In fact, we think these deals, and this part's very important, we believe these deals within 2 years, by the time the ink dries on these contracts that were signed earlier today, within 2 years, based on our health improvements, we will be budget neutral. These drugs will not cost us money. The American taxpayers will be getting their money back. That's how important it is for us to reduce the cost of healthcare in this country, especially when it's due to preventable problems like obesity. In addition, we have an update, Secretary Kennedy. We thought it was 125 million pounds. Mr. President, our estimate, based on the company numbers as well, is Americans will lose 135 billion pounds by the midterms.
135 million
pounds? I measure it to
pounds?
save lives. People can sleep again because they can breathe when they go to bed. Folks whose knees don't hurt. People who don't have heart attacks, renal failure, dementia. All the things we know are associated with obesity and much more. This wouldn't have happened if we didn't have the right tools and had the ability with a team that has been spoken of early. So I want to call out Abe Sutton. He's in the back right there. He leads the CMS Innovation Center. It made the deal possible. And they are announcing today a brand new model aimed at getting to the vulnerable populations amongst us these medications. The forgotten man will be able to afford these drugs now. Governors will be thanking President Trump. They should be calling directly, sir, because they're going to be able to afford Medicaid next year in ways unimaginable, and they will stop crowding out education and other civil services. We cannot be a wealthy nation without being a healthy nation. That's why today's MFN deal is a historic step forward for all of America, and this is something that I don't think is partisan. There is no way you can argue against what just happened. These numbers to my side here, that's just Administrator McCary, who's been instrumental in this process as well. $1,350 baseline. Chris Klump will go through the numbers, but just focus on that 245, which is what he's going to point you to. And Chris Klump has been an unbelievable leader, an innovator. You've heard his name before. He's spoken here before, but he is continuing to change the face of CMS. And I love the fact that with his leadership, we're bringing a lot of wonderful people in. Inma Hernandez has mentioned, John Brooks as well, and many others, including Beth Kelly, who runs the legal issues around these issues, because these guys are barracudas, Mr. President. They will take you down, slice you in little bits, and that Howard's been there. It's no longer happening. You've got sharp folks. We're open for
Howard's
business.
on it.
It's a generational opportunity.
Right? Aren't you on it? Tell him.
God bless you. Let me introduce you.
Show them your ways.
Just makes my life easier
Look,
every day.
turn to the side. Look at that. Wow.
All great deals are rooted in principles. We've talked about this before, and today we're announcing another truly great deal. I love this deal, and it's rooted in the principle of potential. This is about unlocking the full potential of every American, the grandmother, the grandfather, the father, the son, by unlocking access to affordable life-saving medications that make a meaningful difference in their lives when they need them most. That's what today delivers. It's a deal built on principle, for people, for the American people, and backed by policy that works. So the most important step to getting healthy is believing that your life has value, that God meant for each of us to have purpose and joy and to live
same
fully.
Steps for everything.
And to do that, we must be good stewards of our body. And the president has been fighting to provide another tool to do just this and enable this, and it's my pleasure to get to outline the contours of the deal today. So, first and foremost, customary with the three prior announcements, all of the customary most favored nation terms that you've grown familiar with apply to these two deals. So this is actually deals 4 and 5. Full Medicaid portfolios today at most favored nation prices. Shared savings from existing drug prices in Europe deployed back to the United States. All primary care drugs at U.S. net prices or most favored nation prices available on Trump RX before the end of the year. And most importantly, all future drug launches across commercial, Medicaid, Medicare, and the cash markets at most favored nation prices going forward. Now, GLP-1s. So first, under this agreement, starting doses of oral GLP-1s will cost just $149 a month for everyone. That's roughly 1/8 the cost of the list price today. For Medicare, manufacturers are voluntarily reducing their prices for GLP-1s currently used for diabetes and other covered indications to $245 per month across all doses. The savings generated from this change in prices will be used to provide new coverage to obesity and those who struggle with obesity and also have high metabolic or cardiovascular risk. Again, all for the same $245 a month. That means Americans struggling with diabetes and obesity, with heart disease, or other chronic conditions can access these life-changing drugs more affordably. Medicare patients, importantly, will only pay $50 a month for a copay. This is a massive reduction from what happens today. For Medicaid, Novo and Lilly have agreed to extend the same new low government pricing to all 50 state Medicaid programs should they opt in. And we encourage them to opt in, and these will be available not just for diabetes and current covered indications, but also for obesity again. And in case you're getting tired of me saying it, at the same price of $245 a month. All
come on down.
On Trump RX, the average price of injectables and orals will start at $350 on average. That's compared to roughly $500 today. And that will trend down to, you guessed it, the same $245 a month over the next 24 months. That is 1/5 of the list price. It is 1/2 of the best price in the United States today. We're hoping, Mr. President, that your friend who has to travel to England to afford these drugs will no longer need to do so and can come and do it in the United States. I'll also just mention that the $149 is $1 less than what you asked us to achieve. Just gonna make sure that's clear. So I want to highlight
Good
two other really
peanuts.
important points that make me love this deal so very much. First, this isn't about spending more, it's about spending smarter. The savings from the diabetes drug price reductions are being used in a cost-neutral way to fund the new indications for taxpayers. That's amazing, and that happens inside of that same 24-month period. It's cost neutral. We're spending the money more wisely. But second, this isn't just about lower drug prices for Americans, though it does do that, but
Yeah, I'm
together
gonna go to
with
the
physical
bathroom.
activity,
Do push-ups too,
with healthy
9:30.
eating
Or you
and
could get
diet,
fucking
and where
Ozempic. It's your choice.
appropriate, the use of
I
breakthrough
don't like needles and
GLP-1s.
shit, so.
The real return on investment is healthier Americans, lower chronic disease, lower costs, we estimate by tens of billions of dollars a year, and most importantly, higher productivity. Today is about freeing Americans from the weight, literally and figuratively, that holds us back. It's about unlocking the potential of every citizen to live fully, to contribute fully, and to find joy in their health. We cannot reach our full potential as a nation if we do not reach our full potential as individuals. And we cannot reach our full potential as individuals if we are not healthy. Thanks to Nova and Lilly for showing up so constructively over the last several months to make this possible. In particular, thanks to you, Mr. President, for again demonstrating that you fight for every American, this time for potential. It's now my sincere pleasure to first introduce Dave Riggs from Lilly and then Mike Dusto from Nova.
Great, thank you, Chris. It's truly an honor to be here today for this historic step forward to expand access to a class of medications that can fundamentally change the arc of chronic disease in our country. Of course, these are the incretin or GLP-1 agonists that we've been speaking about. For nearly 150 years, my company, Eli Lilly, has been investing in America. We've been advancing science and creating high-value jobs. But today, are you okay? Gordon, you okay? Yeah.
Press out. Press. We're going. Thank you, press. Press. Right guys. Cameras. We're done rolling. Cameras.
Dog, I was in the bathroom. Oh, what the fuck was that?
For this historic step forward to expand access to a class of medications.
Who was that?
It's truly an honor to be here today for this historic step forward to expand access to a class of medications that can fundamentally change the arc of chronic
someone in
disease
the back.
in our country. Of course, these are the incretin or GLP-1 agonists.
Dude, I was in the bathroom and I was like, wait, why did he stop talking?
For nearly 150 years, my company, Eli Lilly, has been investing in America. We've been advancing science and creating high-value jobs. But today,
That wasn't Dr. Oz.
Gordon, you okay?
Gordon? Who is that?
Yeah.
Trump's like, what's that?
Press out. Press. We're going. Thank you, press.
Dude, what the fuck?
Guys. Cameras. We're done rolling. Cameras.
I think he fainted. I don't think that was a heart attack. He just fainted, but he is surrounded by a bunch of doctors, hopefully. Yo, that's crazy. Dog. What? What do you mean? Trump is just staring at him? Bro, that was... Oh, did they already take it off? Oh, no. Yeah, look, Mehmet sees it. Like Dr. Oz is the first one. Look, he looks over.
America, we've been advancing science and creating high-value jobs. But today...
See? Oh, and then I guess they all turned at the same time. Dr. Oz started, he's like, oh.
Gordon, you okay?
Who is that? Gordon who? I think he is a doctor. Yeah. Stephen Miller's like, this is not in my job description. But yeah, he just stared at him though. I was like, man, dog, what the fuck was that?
Press. Guys. Cameras. We're done rolling. Cameras.
mean, it doesn't look good if you're talking about hell. Yeah, I don't know what that. We'll find out what it was. You don't just die like that. I don't think he's. I think he fainted, but yeah. So, my goodness. You're not going on camera again. I hope he's okay. I told you, bro. I get sad when these old people fall down. And, like, when shit like this happens. I don't know why. Just sad, bro. Trump just stared at him. Well, all the doctors in the chat are coming out. We have heart attack, seizure. I'm going with faint. I think he fainted. But his name was Gordon. I don't know who that was. Dude, that was random as fuck. I wasn't even watching the screen. All I was pressed, get out. I was like, that didn't make any sense. I thought they were like evacuating for something. But no, that was somebody just passed out and they ended it. So yeah, I don't know how that's... That was at a healthcare announcement that we waited for 3 days. It's a Trump admin health official. I mean, they all kind of ran into action pretty quick, but I mean, I want to know what that was. That was weird, dude. Oh, that was Novo Nordisk? Oh, dude. That's not, yeah, that was Novo. Is that the new guy or the old guy? So it's Novo Gordon Finlay? Executive Gordon Finlay collapsed in Oval Office moments ago. Dude, that was crazy. Cinecope episode, probably low BP. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm glad you typed it. I thought he just fainted. That's what I don't know what it was, bro. That's crazy. It was like a stroke. I've been hearing of strokes actually a lot. I don't know if you get puts on NVO because of that. That was weird. That was very weird, dude. Well, I guess that's over. I wonder if they're gonna come back on. Dude, that was a trip. What the fuck just happened? Yeah, man, I hope he's okay. You don't see those too often. Usually it's like the really old politicians, but yeah, I guess time change. Maybe the heart attack odds go up. But yeah, that was totally unexpected. I know, that would suck, bro. If his family's watching, because they probably were. You're making a big announcement, dude, and then that just happens? Yeah, man. I hope he's okay. Time change does cause car accidents and heart attacks. So you are like day 3. Dog, that was a trip. I can't believe we just saw that. Dude, what? Yeah, I was in the bathroom. I heard it on the speakers. I said, I was like, I'm leaving the bathroom real quick. And then it just it didn't sound normal. Because, like, they just stopped. And then I heard press. And then that's usually, like, I thought it was my first thought was that something, like, there was a security event. Because I wasn't looking. Because usually if you just start rushing everybody out, like, yeah, that was kind of nuts, man. I hope it's nothing serious, yeah. I do hope it's okay. No, dude, that was a trip. That does not happen. Yeah, right? You would think they'd have more of a delay. Dude, that was crazy. I'm not even processing what just happened. That was not expected at all in any way, shape, or form. I guess Trump's on real time. I bet you there was a delay, but it's still... They didn't cut it till the lady told him to leave. Dog, trippy, man. Spy, it's holding the level. It's a little different than most of the setups. But yeah, we stopped dying after that, but here we are. Here we are. And then, yeah, we'll go to Philo here in a little bit. Somebody just collapsed during the Trump Ozempic healthcare thing. Literally the CEO of Novo. He just literally collapsed during the event. Oh, that was crazy. He was standing, locking legs. In military, it happens when you're standing. I don't know, dude. I just have no idea what that was. You don't see that too often. I get sad, bro. You know, I'm telling you, even like Mitch McConnell or any of these fucking dudes. That guy didn't look that old, but that's why I don't know. I think it was the CEO. It was Gordon. That's what everyone's saying for now. I have no idea, but there is reports. They say not to lock legs. What do you mean? What do you mean lock your legs? Now I'm fuck you guys. I'm stand. What do you mean? But what do you mean? Like, so if you, what's the difference between standing up and locking your legs? Keep a bend in your knee. I'm just short, dog. I don't. What the fuck you mean? Lock my knees. Keep bend. Now I look like I'm pooping. You guys are like, yeah, I think I always lock my knees then. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, if it's not anything serious, I think Trump is gonna make fun of him. But if not, that's hopefully he's okay. But yeah, that at a health conference, that's not. I don't think anybody. I think that was a zero probability. That's what I'm saying. That was very odd. I think you could have expected a lot of other things to happen, but I mean, that is the nature of a black swan right before your eyes. You know, I'm guarantee you, not one of them thought that they would be, you know, catching the guy next to him. Yeah, a lot of you guys in the military are saying that. But still, that's... Yeah. I don't know how long they were there for. That was just random and very unexpected. Yeah, they were all there. They all responded pretty quick, dude. They were all their heads, then they all moved in and like... But yeah. I don't know who it was. Everyone's putting different names out on it, but he didn't look old. That looked like a young dude. Like he looked like 40s or 50s or 50s maybe. EchoStar buys, or SpaceX buys more EchoStar. Stock's not moving. If you want it. Yeah, you got SpaceX, Sats News. I think, what the fuck just happened, dude? Do I still eat Chick-fil-A? Where the fuck does that come from, sir? You look like you may have had a stroke. We've heard somebody say something, low BP, something. I'm so, dude, what the fuck was that, dude? I feel bad. I was not on Polymarket, and that's a good lesson for all of you. The real black swans will not be on a website. No! That's not a black swan that affects you financially or anything, but that was true board. Let me put it this way: there's a probability that there could have been a security event that existed, and that's not on Polymarket. But but not that, like somebody collapsing during health announcement, let alone one of the companies that's like part of it. That's totally unexpected. Yeah, the market's getting a little bit. I mean, you kind of did, what, an extra hour off Euro close? And then here we are. Oh, that was a trip. I think we got to process that for a little bit. That could be anything, yeah. It could be a heart attack, stroke, blood pressure, just nervous, fainting, knees locking. Those are all the answers we have so far. Oval Office, Donald Trump announced it. Yeah, Gordon. Yeah, everyone's saying it's the Novo guy. But, yeah. Social media giants face trial over youth addiction. Meta, Alphabet, Snap, ByteDance failed to avoid lawsuit. Howard was right next to him. I think Howard helped him out a little bit. Even Stephen Miller came in there. Dog, that's crazy. I mean, dog, Dr. Oz, I actually respect Dr. Oz a little bit more after that. You know, for like a TV doctor, bro, he kind of sprung into action. Because they all looked, and then Dr. Oz was making a move, bro. Yeah, like, for real, he didn't hesitate. That's why I was like, that's good shit, dog. I think all of them, they all kind of, I think they responded pretty well, but you know what I'm saying? That was just a trip. I don't think anybody expected that, let alone, you know, the optics of a collapsing CEO at a health event. I thought he was just a TV doctor. Like, let me put it this way. If that was Dr. Phil, I don't know if Dr. Phil would have been the same reaction. Is Dr. Phil a real doctor? He's a doctor, but is he a real doctor? So that's why I said, dang, Dr. Oz he really out there, bro. I feel like Dr. Phil would just ask him questions. Well, do you know why you fainted? Do you have any idea why? What could have caused that? Have you thought about that? Do you think it's fair that you... I'm like, what the fuck, Dr. Phil? Yeah, we didn't see Doc. I didn't know who it was, bro. But yeah, in one of the shots, you didn't see him. Like, right when I got back to the screen, Dr. Oz wasn't there. That's why I was like, oh, shit. He did. He fainted or something happened in a room full of doctors. So, yeah. Dude, that was crazy, bro. I'm still processing. It has no, sadly, besides the man's life, you know, it doesn't really have any like impact to your market or finances. Like I'm saying, optics for the event. But like, dog, what the fuck just happened? That was a nice little, like reality wake up call for, I don't know what it should wake you up for, but that was just not expected at all. Like just, you don't, that was, no, I don't know if he talked. I don't know anything anymore. That was weird. Or Dr. Jill Biden? Yeah, I guess. I never thought about that. Become a judge? I should. That's it, man. I think I am, you guys. I think I'm gonna just go outside. We'll see how my vacation is. Because then I think I'm gonna just start going out. I'll start showing my beautiful face. You know, we'll start campaigning in real life. I don't even want to campaign. I just want to help people. That's it. Everyone's kind of an asshole on the internet. And then I become an asshole, and then they're like, oh my God, you fucking bitch. Come on. And then everybody's nice in person. Everybody. Even the liberals, they love me in person, dude. And I love them. I love them, bro. They don't come at me sideways. I'll be like, I don't know why you're wearing a dress right now, sir, but hey, it's cool. I would love to hear your Netflix recommendations. That's dope. All right, cool. Do you understand the implications of Prop 50? No? Oh, okay. No worries, man, but that's chill. We could talk about, I started talking Star Trek. We started talking AI, everything, bro. I had a guy behind me, he had like 18 earrings. He didn't, like, we were vibing, bro. We were vibing. I mean, like, my mom would whoop your ass if she saw that, but, you know, I'm open to a conversation. You know, he got mad at one of them, and when I was in line to vote, he got mad at me. You know why? You're not, bro, you have no idea. It's funny, because we were talking about AI, and then we were talking about using AI, and then I think he didn't know my political stance. He just tried to talk me out of it, because I was like, yeah, I use Grok, and he was like, he started to melt a little bit. And I was like, yeah, ChatGPT Pro 2. Yeah, that works. He's like, Grok sucks. Yeah, Grok isn't good. Why would you use Grok? I was like, I just wanted to try it. I said, I just wanted to try it. My bad. I said, yeah, ChatGPT. I used AOL, AIM. He was chill with that. But, man. Time. What a scary time. Life is precious, Chad. Blue sky, I'm sorry. I forgot about blue sky. Damn, I could have used that. God, that was crazy. That's why I said it though. Like, if you guys don't get it though, you could save all my videos, but like, if I become a politician, I'm just gonna lie to them. You know that, right? Is it still a lie if I tell them? I'm like, I'm lying, but I'm gonna give you a bunch of free shit. I promise. I'm gonna get, fuck it, free mortgages. I know exactly how. Then I'll explain the mortgage and I'll explain the long term. But the only way I could get them to listen is if I lie to them. Because then I'll be like, yeah. Donald Trump, he hates this, so you might like it. This whole save 10%. It's like free money. You like free money? And then, yeah, we just have to, like, just give them whatever they want. Yeah, everything's free except speech. Oh, I died a little inside off that one, man. Fuck. That joke's a little too funny and true at the same time. Damn it. Oh, no. Fed Moran. Labor market weakness is gradual, not accelerating. You think that broke Twitter? Dude, that was a weird event. And I think it does show you a little bit about Black Swan in general, even though it's not financial. Because look, that's what's gonna happen. You guys are all, when some real shit happens that is totally unexpected, you're like, it's not the poly market? What do you mean it's not the poly market? I thought the protected market. What do you mean? Huh? So yeah, that's the problem. Because that was very weird and surprising. Everything, because you see what I'm saying? That was not in your spectrum. He's okay? Are we getting reports? Okay, go live again! Oh, what the fuck? Come on! A representative fainted. White House medical unit jumped in action. The gentleman is okay. The press conference will resume shortly. Oh, I can't wait to see the opening line from Trump. Oh, man. NVO is getting clapped off that. Well, I'm glad we got a nice 100% in now, but shit. The free contract died. You got like, it's worth like $30 now. Yeah, dude, I don't even know what he's gonna say. I am glad he's okay. That was weird, dude. But you see, that one was surprising. Good catch, Howard. Good catch. Oh, fuck. It's bad, bro. I feel bad laughing. I'm telling you, bro. There was a point where, like, you guys, I think you've seen it live, bro. There was a point, like, where these old motherfuckers would be, like, fainting and shit, and I'll be like, see? They're too old for this job. Get them the fuck out of here. Right? And I would be, but now I just get sad. Because I'm like, dog, these motherfuckers, like, it's just sad. Like, they're just old and frail and, like, how, and some of y'all don't see that. I didn't see it. I can't even judge you. Because I'm like, dog, it's so sad. It's so sad. I don't like people doing that. And then you guys are like, yeah, murder Charlie Kirk. Oh. Well, you didn't see that coming, huh? Spectrum of thought. Once again, bitch. But yeah, man. So pray for the old people. Show some sympathy. Okay? Because if they're not at a No Kings rally, dog, they're fainting and shit and falling down. So, I don't know what to tell you. Y'all better get a reality check sooner rather than later. Okay? I know some of you hate your parents, but you should go give them a hug. Thank you. Public service announcement. Politicians makes the empathy get weak. Yeah, I know. So do some of your guys' comments. Oh, okay, so you keep running your mouth. I'm gonna everybody's gonna clap you easily and they'll enjoy it. So that's why we need more love. Amen. Amen. I hope I could get everybody off the fence. I look forward to burning it down. That sounded like a shank. It was supposed to be a lighter. Like, you know, like Lil Wayne. Weezy. Yeah, about 40. That's when it just 4% yield. And Tim, I hope you didn't pray that NVO would go lower so you could buy it. Because then you just caused some dude to faint. And so some of y'all, you see, you gotta be careful what you wish for. Because some of you are like, oh, I'll never buy NVO now. Now the guy fucking fell. I'll be wait. You what? Just because you wanted fucking 3% off, dog? I'm sorry. I can't make any jokes on this. That's sad. He's okay now, though. Once I know he's okay. All right, well, you're going back down after your little... none of this. You haven't even... You got up to VWAP one time, and both times you've sold it. This time, no dice. And then all of those fucking names faded. Even Pfizer. I got out of those. I didn't like them. It didn't fill me on all of them, though. That was sad. All right, guys. Well, let's go to Philo. Maybe we could change the mood here. Oh, I'll talk about it again. We're gonna have a good one. But SPY's going lower. So unfortunately, though, it's now Jesus time. So if you don't want the market, you just gotta be prepared. But I'm gonna focus on what I want to. So I hope I see you there. But please don't come if you don't want to listen to it, because you know, if somebody like speaks good and they speak a lot and all of that and you want it, it's a life-changing experience. But if you go to speeches and people and you use their skills when you don't want it, it just makes you resent it. And then I don't know if it burns the fence down, but either way, do not pay for things you don't want. And you don't have to pay for Philo. You could all listen. Just click on the link and it'll be free. But you still have to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's it. Why is there 2 Ryan Fahars? Wait, why is there 3 Ryan Fahars? Oh, man. Well... Mr. Fahar and Mr. Fahar, I have a question for you. What's your favorite type of fishing? Oh, let alone the other one. Yeah, no, I think because Ryan pissed off the other dude today. And so the other dude was like, that's what I'm saying. You remember I was telling you this morning how people get motivated on dumb shit? I'm saying, I'm glad you guys made a move, but... We're going to keep motivating you to keep moving, though. But, yeah, they're all going to imposter you, bro. Yeah, 100%. What do you mean? But, like, remember, chat facts is real, dog. Chat facts is real. But let's see. All right, but either way, I'll see you guys at Philo. And I hope you enjoy it. And God bless. God bless. Thank you for your time. It's free. You just have to click on the link. Okay. Goodbye.